Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Here we go. Here we go. Here it comes. Welcome back, guys. This one goes out to all the safe sexers. Candlelight and soul forever, a dream of you and me together. Say you believe it, say you believe it. Free your mind of doubt and danger. Be for real, don't be a stranger. We can achieve it, we can achieve it. Come a little bit closer, baby. Get it on, 'cause tonight is the night when two become one. I need your love like I never needed love before. Gonna make love to you, baby. Had a little love, now I'm back for more. Gonna make love to you, baby. Set your spirits free. It's the only way to be. Silly games that you were playing, empty words we both were saying. Let's work it out, boy, girl. Girl, it don't matter either way. Any deal that we endeavour, boys and girls feel good together. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Are you as good as I remember, baby? Get it on, 'cause tonight is the night when two become one. I need some love like I never needed love before. Gonna make love to you, baby. I had a little love, now I'm back for more. Gonna make love to you, baby. Set your spirit free. It's the only way to be. Yes! I'm miming playing the guitar in case you're wondering what I'm doing. Here's the message about Johnny's. Be a little bit wiser, baby. Put it on, put the condom on, 'cause tonight is the night when two become one. Don't you know now I need some love like I never needed love before. I'm gonna make love to you, baby. Had a little love, now I'm back for more. I'm gonna make love to you, baby. Need some love like I never needed love before. Gonna make love to you, baby. Had a little love, now I'm back for more. Gonna make love to you, baby. Set your spirits free. It's the only way to be. It's the only way to be, yeah. Oh. God. Ooh. Spicy, delicious, kinky. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, good evening. It's great to be back here after having a few nights off. The late night alternative is back, and Katherine is here.
God, I think I need a shower.
More importantly, have we got any J-cloths just to wipe down the studio? More importantly, let's open the show with Paul Akimbola. Good evening, Paul.
Hello.
Thanks very much, Paul. Now, the way the show works, dear listener, is you can call in about absolutely anything you want. But I've decided that we're going to make the show an actual show. By the way, tonight's show is not canon. This exists outside the Iain Leaverse, okay? It exists outside the Iain Leaverse. It is not canon, so you do not, Katherine, have to enter any of the things that are discussed today into the show Bible.
Good.
It's just basically a way...
Can I go against type?
Yeah, of course. This is just a way to get more money for the same old tat from the fans. That's what we're doing tonight. It's not canon, So we'll be doing we'll be wearing different costumes and saying different things. It's just a way to get more tat from the listeners, more money from the listeners for the same old tat. Okay?
Excellent. OK, I'm in.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Roll up, wherever you are, while the food is still hot. Come and shove your faces into the trough of chat. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Lots to talk about this evening, including the Spice Girls are the greatest group of all time. And I'm an idiot for not realising it. But before that, let's go to the second call of the evening. It's Paul Akimbola. Good evening, Paul.
Hello.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, mean but funny. 0344 499 1000. The Spice. Now, I've always liked the Spice Girls, okay? But I'm only really that familiar with the early hits. Wannabe, the one where in the desert in the PVC stuff, and the song he just sang there, the Johnny song.
OK.
And I've seen them in concert. I went with sometimes talk radio presenter James Max, who I think brought along his younger brother. And we had an absolutely cracking evening. It was delightful. I mean, a really good show. But I'm not that familiar with the later stuff, particularly not the stuff sans Gerry, OK? Because I kind of... But my youngest, my 5-year-old, loves the Spice Girls. So I bought him on Amazon for 68 pence. I bought him the best of the Spice Girls. And we've been away. Just me and the boys all weekend. Been away. And boy, oh boy, did they play that Spice Girls CD to death. Not all of it. They wouldn't let me play the whole thing through. Daddy, this was the order we had them. Daddy, can we have track 7, which is Colours of the World, Spice Up Your Life,
every boy, every girl.
Can we have track 9, which is Stop Right Now, Thank You Very Much? Daddy, can we have track 13, which is Holla, 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 come on. Holla, 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 come on, come on. Holla, 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 come on. Holla, 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 come on, come on. Now, that one is the most dated of the 4 I was allowed to hear because it's got a man doing a rap on it. It's got someone's voice on there that isn't a Spice Girl, and it kind of dated it a little bit. I didn't know Holla, and I found it very cute that my 5-year-old knew all the words to a Spice Girls song that I didn't know. But because we heard that song approximately 365 times over the weekend, I now know what the lyrics are. It is, Katherine. I don't know how familiar you are with
Very.
holla, 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 come on, holla, 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 come on, come on. It's filth. So my 5-year-old little boy, and he sings it. He really sings it, goes for it, right? So the lyrics are, I want to make you holla, or as he calls it, holla. Because of the holla, 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 come on. So you go, can we play holla? Sounded a little bit, I don't remember them doing a Muslim song. But they didn't. Holla me? No?
Move on.
Okay. I want to make you holla. Come on. Oh, yeah. Let me see you holla. Imagine us together. Boy, don't you hesitate. My 5-year-old son is singing this. I won't keep waiting for you to come and let me take you to my fantasy room. Now, in his head, that probably means there's loads of Xboxes there. So I'm okay with that. You're going to like it there, and all the things that I do, I'll treat you right all through the night. That means to him loads of pom bears, I would imagine. So it's going to, the fantasy room, there's a lady inviting him to a room that's packed full of Xboxes and has shed loads of pom bears.
Delicious.
Then it goes, we can do anything. I'll take you all the places you want to be. Mm-hmm. I'll be your fantasy. Everything you want, you will find in me if you play my game, yeah. Now that is getting a little bit near the knuckle. And my 5-year-old, no, I didn't mean that. And my boy's singing it.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? Now that I've got you with me, you've got to show me, boy, because nothing comes for free. Start from the bottom and work your way up slowly Don't be afraid to play my game. We can go all night long. I'm guessing in his head playing Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, no bedtime.
Doing things you thought you would never be. And I'll try and record him. My 5-year-old son going, doing things you thought you would never do. Oh, no! It's weird! And now I know, because, so I had to redress the balance by playing lots of Wings Over America, live 1976, to try and redress the balance. But then you got the Paul McCartney song, Hi, 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 I'm going to do it to you, going to do your sweet banana like you've never been done, like a rabbit, going to grab it, going to have it in the midday sun. You ever heard that song?
Good grief.
I'm going to do it to you, going to do your sweet banana like you've never been done, like a rabbit, going to grab it, going to have it in the midday sun.
Macca.
We're gonna get high, high, high. What's this song about, Dad? Well, it's a man who's very much in love with a young lady, and they do
Going
that.
in a plane.
But here's the conclusion I've come to, right? And there is no irony here. There is no tongue in cheek. The Spice Girls are flipping brilliant, and all of them are brilliant. All of them are brilliant, right? No. Go on. Pick a weak link.
Jerry, I didn't mind when she went.
No.
She was fun and all.
She was fun. She was like the mother.
But she can't sing for Toffee.
No, she can.
Nah.
She can. Nah. She can. And I like the fact that there are 5 voices. Now, of course, they're doing a bit of auto-tune on there. I've got no problem with that. It's pop. I've got not a problem with someone. I mean, I listened to the last Paul McCartney album today, new, and you're thinking, well, he's got auto-tune on there. I've got no problem with bands using auto-tune. I couldn't care less. If it makes a great record, I'm in. Oh, dear, we've got loads of Pauls lined up, but that can only be bad news for the listener.
I can't forgive Gerry for Lift Me Up. That one.
I can forgive her anything.
Oh, no.
But, and everyone knows that Mel C was the strongest voice in the Spice Girls. Right. I think she's one of the best singers ever. I'm not going to say period, because that's stupid. That means full stop in American. I'm not saying that. But I think she's one of the best singers, period. I said it. I had to say it. I couldn't think of another way of emphasising my point. I think she's one of the best singers ever. And I tell you why I think she's so brilliant, right? Because she's got the range. She's got the range. But also, even, and the Spice Girls do it a bit, and I noticed this, and it's disappointed a little bit. They kind of, the later songs, they kind of start singing in an American accent. The earlier ones, they do it in British. The later ones, like Headlines and things. Headlines is a great, let's make the headlines, you and me. It's brilliant.
Can't believe you've only just discovered the Spice Girls.
The bit when the band stops and it's just the strings going. Oh, man, it's sublime. But towards the end, they start doing American accents, right? And but even when Mel C is kind of Americanizing things a little bit, you can still hear her northern accent. She's got that northern accent all the way through. And I can't think, and you can correct me, dear listener, 0344 499 1000. I can't think of another British singer where you can hear that they're from the north of England when they sing. Boyle.
Early Scylla. Yes.
I'm trying to think. Give me an early Scylla song.
Step inside, love. She says love.
Yeah.
And she says we're the curs of the day.
I wonder if that's because it's written by McCartney. Are there other examples that you can cite, please?
Okay.
Yeah. What's it all about, Alfie? What's it all about, Alfie? I'm not singing Alfie. What am I singing? What's it all about, Alfie? Diddle and dun. What song am I singing?
I have no idea.
Just bear with me a second. Alfie, diddle and dun. I'm singing a Kink song. Dandy, diddle-diddle-bum. I'm singing Dandy by the Kinks.
All right.
Yes.
Here's another Scylla one then.
Yes.
Where she
by the way, just bear in mind, for the first time, this show today was advertised in The Sun. So we have, in the first 15 minutes, literally scared off all of the thousands of new listeners that tuned in because they saw that advert. That's
okay.
That'll do. Go on.
Love of the Loved.
Yeah.
She does it in that as well.
That's a Lennon McCartney song. Can we find one?
Yeah, but it's early Scylla.
I know.
Because George Thingy made her stop singing in a Scouse accent.
Okay, but can we find an early Scylla song? I'm not disputing you. I just, if I go to court on this, I want to know that this case is waterproof, 100%. Can we find an early Scylla song that's not a Lennon and McCartney composition? Because the odds are they might have been in the studio as well.
All right.
And they'd have sung it to her, and she would have just mirrored them.
I've been listening to a lot of Scylla lately.
An early Cilla Black song where we can hear that she's a northern powerhouse. 0344 499 1000. While we're looking, I tell you what, let's pay the rent. Let's play some ads.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Hello to all the brave new listeners that saw the advert in The Sun, that we've only been on air for about 16 months, and at last an advert has been taken out to promote the show. What page were we on, Catherine?
I don't know. It was underneath Dan Wootton.
I've not seen the advert with my own eyes, so let's just flick through, because I've seen it on Twitter. An advert for the show. Oh, it's not on that Dan Wootton's page.
Oh. You got today's?
Oh, yes, I have. Well, don't tell me we weren't in every edition.
What?
Hang on a minute. This is, here we go, we're on oh, fantastic. The company that owns us, so the adverts are free, have put us on page 31, Kath. Page 31.
The famous page 31.
The very famous page 31. We're there, and at least I got the name of the show right, the Late Night It looks good, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, there's someone obviously missing from the picture, but apart from that... Yeah,
Sam's not been here long enough to warrant that, but there we go, page 31.
As
we all know.
Know your market. Put in The Sun, I could undo a button.
Well, listen, the way I'm going, I've got bigger tits than anybody here at the moment. So, but they're on their way. So everybody that's joined us, because of the advert, thank you. 0344 499 1000. It is, as the advert says, the late night alternative. We're not going to be slagging off blacks or Muslims or homosexuals. So if you've tuned in for that, some readers, I'm sorry, you need to go back to the other place. But if you've tuned in for some light-hearted banter where we try and find northern singers that you can hear a northern, then you're very, very welcome. The phone number is 0344 499 1000. Katherine claims to have found somebody who fits the bill.
I mean, a Gallagher brother, Liam. Sunshine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah,
You
definitely.
can't not give me that.
You're
can you,
absolutely
really?
right. You're absolutely right. Spot on. Well, that is tonight's phone-in, guys. The phone-in. You can phone in about anything you want, but the main thrust of the phone-in is, can we find northern singers who sound northern? Formby, of course.
Clearly.
What instrument does George Formby play?
Banjo, innit?
No, mate. No.
Uke.
No. Oh.
Is that him? It's his latest stuff.
Hang on a second. I recognise this. Don't you know it's going too fast? Racing so hard you know it won't last. Don't you know? Why can't you see? Slow it down, read the signs.
Do you know that where you're going?
There we go. That's. I think that's my favourite Spice Girls song. But
Brilliant.
Maybe we'll do it later. No. He doesn't play any of those instruments.
What does he play?
If you don't know, you don't know. I mean, if you don't know,
I'm not bothered, really. No.
Well, he plays the banjolele.
Oh, shut up.
What? It's an instrument. His songs are filthy as well. You know the song about Stick of Blackpool Rock? It's about his dick.
No, it's not.
Oh, come on then. Right, let's get this. Hang on a second. The phones are going nuts, by the way. Blackpool Rock. What's his name?
George Formby?
Yeah, that's the fella. George Formby.
It's not.
Lyrics. Oh, it's all about...
It's not about little George.
With me little stick of... Here we go. Oh, listen to this. This is brilliant, right? These are the actual lyrics. Every year, when summer comes around, off to the sea I go. I don't care if I do spend £1. I'm rather rash, I know. See me dressed like all the sports in my blazer and a pair of shorts. With my little stick of Blackpool Rock, along the promenade I stroll. It may be sticky, but I never complain. Oh, that pop-up has come. It may be sticky, but I never complain. It's nice to have a nibble at it now and again. Every day, wherever I stray, the kids all round me flock. One afternoon, the band conductor up on his stand somehow lost his baton. It flew out of his hand. So I jumped in his place and then conducted the band with my little stick of Blackpool rock. A girl, while bathing, clung to me. My wits I had to use. She cried, "I'm drowning, and to save me, you won't refuse." I said, "Well, if you're drowning, then I don't want to lose my little stick of Blackpool rock." With my little stick of Blackpool rock, along the promenade I stroll. In the ballroom I went dancing each night. No wonder every girl that danced with me stuck to me tight. 'Cause he's got a...
No, 'cause he's got rock. I mean, if you never had rock, it does get very sticky in the heat.
Every day, wherever I stray, the kids all around me flock. A fellow took my photograph. It cost 1 and 3. I said when it was done, "Is that supposed to be me? You've properly mucked it up. The only thing I can see is my little stick of Blackpool rock."
You're a pervert.
Oh, I'm not the one singing songs like that. 0344 499 1000. Loads of people phoning in. I will get to those phone calls at some point. I've just not heard the sound of my own voice. And I've not had conversation with adults since Thursday morning. I went away with the boys, and we loved the Spice Girls. We celebrated the Spice Girls. We rented a cottage, because we were going to go to Centre Parks, right? But for the three of us... The 3 nights at Centre Parks was 900 quid, right? 900 quid. And then then it says, do you want to check in early at 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock's not an early check-in as far as I'm concerned. That's an extra 45 quid. So we're close to £1,000, right? And I was just about to book it. And I thought, I'll just double check that you get all of the activities included. I'm glad I double-checked, because you don't. You get access to the pool and a few others, but that's it. So all of the activities and the sessions you've got to book up in advance and pay for. And when there's 3 of you, I worked out we could easily have spent 300 quid a day on activities. So we rented a cottage via the wonder of Airbnb, 75 quid a night, the edge of the New Forest. It was absolutely flipping brilliant. It was tiny and it was clean. And the lady whose cottage it was left us cake. She left us cake! And she left the table set for 3, because I told her it was going to be the 3 of us, and the boys slept in the same room. And we had the most marvellous time. Now, here's the thing. Thursday, we went horse riding, pony trekking, and then we went to a beach, and we had brilliant sunshine Thursday evening, so we just stayed on the beach all evening and had fish and chips by the sea. On the Friday, we went to Monkey World, the coolest place in the world. I've sent you an email, Katherine. Those guys want to come on and talk about an event they're doing, and I'm more than happy to do that, because Monkey World is just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then we went to the Tank Museum, which was, well, let's just say, there was a lot of tanks there, guys. A lot of tanks. And here's the thing. You walk in and you pay quite a bit of money. I haven't been to the Tank Museum for 40 years, imagine. And you walk in through the first bit, and it's done out like a recruitment office for the First World War, with dummies in, right? And my youngest walked in, burst into tears and ran out. I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I don't like dummies." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, I don't like dummies." I said, "Right. The whole thing is, there's gonna, and I'm trying not to get angry because I've just spent a fortune. It's all, there are going to be dummies everywhere. I can't do it. I said, "What are you scared of?" He says, "Well, supposing they come alive." I said, "This is not Doctor Who." But he can't do it. So all the bits with dummies, I had to carry him while he pushed his head into my chest and was sobbing. The 7-year-old also doesn't like dummies. I wasn't going to carry him as well, so I had to hold his hand while he pushed his head into my bum so that he couldn't see anything. And we had to go, we went through, and then a lot of it isn't dummies, but we had these, well, if you got kids, these places, they give you little activity things, okay? And you have to get stamps at different sections. You have to find these different stamps, get the stamps, and then you could win a badge. And I realised we'd missed a stamp right at the very beginning. So we had to go all the way back through the World War I trenches, past the dummies. And some of the dummies were quite macabre. They were quite macabre because they were like injured soldiers. It was horrific, Katherine. It was horrific.
Those places are always run by old fellas who are very, very good at compiling things, but not too good at dressing windows. I mean, sometimes those dummies are terrible.
Oh no, the thing, these dummies were too good.
Oh,
they've obviously spent a few quid there at the Bovingdon Tank Museum because the dummies were horrific. If I'm honest, they were horrific. You know, people blown to pieces from World War One. They were horrific. So we did that. But here's the point I'm getting to. And Gerry and Bill and Paul and Paul Akimbola, I will come to you in a minute. I promise. Here's what I want the thrust of today's show to be. And we'll look through the papers because I've been told we have to. Right, but Bournemouth is flipping brilliant. We went to Bournemouth for the day on Saturday. We went to where did we go? We went crabbing in the morning at Modiford Quays. Crabbing. I've never been crabbing before. You've been crabbing?
No, I've seen it happen.
We caught crabs. We caught 6 crabs. We cheated. We had the crab lines and we also had a crab net, which is kind of cheating. But we caught crabs every which way but loose. We caught 6 crabs in 20 minutes. And the boys said, should we throw them back? I said, no, we're going to stove their heads in and eat their flesh. And we did. So we went crabbing, and then we went to Bournemouth, right? Now, Bournemouth is a bit of a joke, but it's where you go to die. It's God's waiting room, all that kind of stuff, right? It was flipping brilliant. We had the best day ever at Bournemouth. We went to the arcade. We went along the pier. They've got a zip wire from the end of the pier onto the beach. We went to... I'm gonna say what I saw, okay? Because I am a storyteller, I am a communicator, right? On the Saturday, it was drizzly. It was cold, it was grey, and it was drizzly in Bournemouth, okay? But we went and we had a fantastic time, and I met a very nice lady there who I think was called Mel. I didn't quite catch her name, but she came and introduced herself, and she said she loved the show. I also met a fellow who came up to me while I had my 2 kids side by side going, "It's Iain effing Lee, you're an effing legend." But I'm going to say it. I'm going to describe the scene I saw on Bournemouth Beach. It wasn't that busy on Bournemouth Beach, okay? But there were some families playing on the beach, playing frisbee and stuff like that. But there were a surprisingly large number of people in the sea, and it was cold and it was grey. But there were about 100 people in the sea. They were all black people in the sea. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because, well, why am I saying that? How are we going to get ourselves out of this little hole? How are we going to get ourselves out of this little hole? It was bloody freezing, right? And there are all these black people in the sea, and I just hadn't seen so many black people in the sea before, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It does sound a bit racist when you say it. Does a bit. Like that. It does a little bit. But Is
Bournemouth one of those places where it's one of those like majorly kind of white bread type places?
Well, I thought this is it. I think I thought it was. Because I haven't been to Bournemouth it must be 40 years, when we went to the Tank Museum when I was 4 years old. And I thought it was a very, everywhere else we went, it was a very white place, okay? Yeah. And I thought
like
Bournemouth...
blue collar?
Yeah, very much so. But it wasn't at Bournemouth. I realise I sound like a massive racist by saying that, but that's what I saw. That was what I saw. And it just left me wondering, what the hell are they doing in the water, man? It's freezing. Get the bloody hell out of the water. It's freezing. The next day we had to go to Boscombe. You don't want to go there. It's like Slough by the sea. Oh. It was just really horrible, sort of 1960s run-down kind of... It was very, very weird. Very weird. But Bournemouth, I love Bournemouth. What I want to do is I want to start a campaign to somehow make Bournemouth cool again, because it gets all these jokes and all these things, but it was brilliant. It was the best place. Helter-skelters, arcades, mini golf, multiplex cinema, lovely park. Some people smoking spice, that's fine. That, it's a very popular drug at the moment. That is what is going to happen. But it was crappy weather, is the basic point of that. Gerry, Bill, Paul, and indeed Paul Akimbola, 0344 499 1000. Stay there, come to you after this.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I did have a point. When I was talking about what I saw.
It'll come to you.
No, I know, but now I'm just aware by leaving that hanging, I do sound like a massive racist. Not for the first time in my career. I've said something and thought, where was I going with that? There was a
I don't think it's racist. That's only like saying there was loads of, I don't know, loads of French people in the sea.
But hey guys, of course it was racist, because why would I point it out if I wasn't a racist? You see? Only a racist would point that out. And only...
Or a racist would think it was racist. Because they'd be thinking racist stuff.
There was a point I was going to about it, and I cannot for the life of me think what the point is. This is what happens when you spend 4 days with a 5-year... We will get to the calls in a minute, I promise. With a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, you go nuts. We stayed up late. We watched movies. Those kids didn't go to bed until about 10 o'clock. And even then, right, the youngest would fall asleep during the movie, carry him upstairs, and the eldest was wide awake. And I said, right, you can stay in your room, you can read one chapter of your famous 5, because I was reading my Billy Bragg book, and I just shout, right, son, time to turn the light off. Okay, Dad. And he would.
Aww.
Beautiful.
The thing is, there's no pressure. It's not like he's got to go to school.
No, exactly. Who's this? There's this person that keeps emailing in. I think I know who you are. And when you want tips on broadcasting, darling, Iain, we the listeners don't care what you've been doing over the weekend. Boring. Talk about poor baby Charlie or Europe.
Really? You can do that on your show. Hang on.
Here's the thing. Oh, you haven't got one. Why don't you do it when you're writing some crappy column for a rubbish newspaper? Here's the thing. I don't want to turn that Charlie Gard's thing into a phone. I don't want to turn in fact, I've called it a Charlie Gard thing. I don't want to turn one of the most, a family's personal tragedy into a phone-in. I don't want to turn it into a ratings thing, so I'm not going to do that. I just think it's, should they be allowed to make the decision? Should the doctors make the decision? Should the courts make the decision? What would you do in that? I'm not going to do that, man.
It's so sad, isn't it?
It's the saddest thing. So, no, I'm not going to, thank you for that, Alex. I'm not going to turn a family's tragedy into ratings for me.
Also, don't want to point this out. It makes me sound a little bit big-headed, but I'll produce the show if you don't mind.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's go through these calls. Paul Akimbola, you got 30 seconds.
Well, Paul, I would like a man to be live at the television channel. Man oh man.
Yep.
I'd like a man to come back to the television channel.
I know, Paul. This is what you phone in and tell me every single time, man. Man oh man will be revived as a whole dedicated channel on Sky. Okay, fantastic. Well, you've had your 30 seconds. Let's go to Bill in Holloway. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Iain. Right, it's the Northern Singers. A few I can think of is Jimmy Nail, Alex Harvey, Jake Thackeray. I mean, he's going back
Calm down. I don't think Jimmy Nail sounds northern.
I second that.
Apart from the only... No, but we're not asking for northern singers. It's singers that sound northern. Now, Jimmy Nail sounds...
Thackeray.
No, but hang on. We're not, just calm down, Bill. Calm down. I know I was away Thursday and Friday, and you're chomping at the bit.
Champing.
Thank you. The phone-in is specifically singers who sound northern, and Jimmy Nail sounds accentless, apart from 2 words, she's lying. That's it. The rest of it, he sounds accentless. Alex Harvey, doesn't he sound American?
Well, he's Scottish at heart or whatever as such, and of course he's going back a few years.
Well, yeah, no.
I'm in my 60s.
Yes, no,
so,
it's okay.
yeah.
That's okay. I'll be there one day, inshallah. But he sounds American, doesn't he, Alex Harvey?
To a degree, yes. I mean, obviously, he was into the Blues, the Stoner Crows and all the rest of it.
The Proclaimers! There we go! They sound northern!
Yep, I'd agree on that, or whatever as such, yes. But what about, I mean, I did see a Jake Thackeray tribute act about 2 years ago.
Well, why didn't you go and see Jake Thackeray? Is he dead?
Well, he's dead.
That would explain it.
Bit tricky.
Yes, that's why I got a tribute to
But
him.
I don't know Jake Thackeray. Does he sound northern?
Very.
There you go. Then, Bill, you got one. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to Gerry. Good evening, Gerry.
Hello. Who's the alphabet monkey will nowadays?
Say that again, Gerry.
Who's the alpha male thing monkey will nowadays?
The alpha male thing?
Who are the monkey will? I'm seeing it for ages. Used to be an 9-year-old someone, isn't it? The alpha male monkeys and chimpanzees.
Oh, what are you talking about? Monkey World?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Yeah, there's all that. There were boners aplenty at this place. I sent Kath a picture of one.
What a treat.
There's all that. But Monkey World is, without a shadow of a doubt, that and Tokyo are my two favourite places on this planet Earth.
Jim, great tribute to Jim. How big it's got. How much they rescued animals.
Yep. Oh, they rescue them from all over the world, from laboratories, from photographers in Spain, from people who've had them as pets. They rescue them, they reintegrate them, and it is a joyful place to see them.
Rodney. There is no Rodney. There is no Rodney. I got an northern singer for you.
Yeah, go on.
Paul Smith, Maximo Park. I know where you're done.
Hang on, who's Paul Smith?
Maximo Park.
Maximo Park?
Yeah.
But does he sound northern, Gerry?
Yeah, he sounds very northern.
But I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I think you can't go back to Series Point. I found this Friday, was it Wednesday? About me, leaving my bungalow. Street. It's about that. Nobody's happy when I'm doing social work or anything. I'm going to make a decision.
Gerry, calm down, because you are... I know you're telling us something important. Calm down, because we got plenty of time. But you are sounding particularly jittery this evening, making it particularly difficult to understand.
I'll read the letter.
But so this is the letter from your social worker that you mentioned last week about you losing your flat.
And he's still the...
Yeah. He's back. We lost you for a second, but you're back. Yes.
You still have a tenancy in the book property, but like living there has to be saying you not be changing the property. To avoid rent arrears, as you don't feel legal action being taken, you ought maybe take a recover the property. Would you please sign return clear termination notice by the 28th of July,
yes,
2017. So return your termination, commence repossession property.
So, hang on a minute. Have you got rent arrears, or is this to avoid rent arrears?
It's to avoid rent arrears. To avoid, but I'm getting no help. Help me, equipment's been taken out. I want to go back to see whether I can do it one more time. This is one more time with the right care package. Secretary's not being touched at all. They're taking the equipment out without my knowledge.
So they're going to put that right. So this is they're going. Is this a council flat?
Yes, housing association.
Right, housing association. Hang on a second, let me just fill in some blanks that some people might be struggling to get and make sure I've got it right. So, housing association. How long have you been in the care home, Gerry?
A year.
Okay. So the housing association are saying they want you to sign a bit of paper and you're going to lose your... Is it a flat?
Yeah.
Is it a ground floor flat?
It's a bungalow.
Bungalow. You're going to lose your bungalow and they will give it to someone else and
Yeah, I want to go back.
You do want to go back. Why can't you go back?
It's impossible. They're taking those ceilings out, taking the stuff out, taking the electronic system gadgets out. They're taking it out when they haven't been there. That's naughty social worker.
Yeah.
The social worker is the one who's told the organisation they want to leave. I want to give up the property. I once had I just had my own personal care set up. I agreed to it.
Yeah.
6 weeks in and just went out. They're trying to keep me like, I don't know, I want to give you one more chance. Because I know how bad this place can be. I want one more chance in the big wide jungle. And they're not giving me anything. It's bloody impossible.
Have you, I mean, they can't keep you prisoner in the care home.
Yeah, but it can make it bloody impossible for me to get some help. I've been trying to get help, trying to sort things out, but nobody comes. You really need someone to decipher what I say all the time on the phone, because it's not the easiest person to understand, especially when I get excited and anxious.
Yeah.
You're the only bother to listen to on the radio. They just cut me off because we think I'm a gibbering idiot.
I mean, I'm going to say you are a gibbering idiot anyway, but you're our gibbering idiot, goddammit, and we're proud of you, Gerry.
I'm fighting, but I just blindfold and just fighting shadow boxing all the time. Nobody else. Such we can be in touch.
But have you got your it is hot, Kath. Yeah, if you can get that fan going. But do your family? I know there's stuff going on with your family. Are they not able to help, Jer?
I haven't seen me since January.
You haven't seen them since January?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I keep saying she's going. Never comes. Keep saying she's going. Always busy. Never comes. I don't know.
Oh man, it's sad how we shove people off to these places. Let's forget them. So is there no? I mean, realistically, do you really think you could cope in a bungalow, Gerry, with how ill you are?
I used to after 2 days, just 2 days to do that, so we can survive 2 days, make a realistic judgment. But they just not helping, not even listening. I just don't care about them.
Because you would require a very intensive home care package, wouldn't you?
I was fully used to the glass ceiling.
And I know through my mum's situation that there is only so much care that they could have provided for her, and they were having to call the ambulance so many times for my mum. It became almost a daily occurrence because she'd fallen out of the chair, and because of health and safety, that the carers weren't able to lift her up off the floor, so they had to call an ambulance out, and the council said to me, basically, we are going to stop providing this care because she is such a risk. And I just wondered if there was perhaps a similar cold-hearted the reasoning coming from your council.
Yes, very similar. But improved, but that's showing to my health, this places now. And getting worse. Because I've really given a strategy, but it's horrible. Food is nasty.
Mate, listen, I'm not saying this because of I'm giving you this as a suggestion, but I've said to my family, I've said it on this show before, if I end up in the same situation as my mum, that's time for me to go. I ain't sticking around, and so I don't envy you and I admire you for getting up out of bed every single day.
I love life. I love it. It's not very good, but I love life every day.
You've been dealt a shitty deck of cards, man.
It's better than some people. It's better than some people. I'm going to I've got, let's say, my senior disease. Now that's a nasty disease. And they get more prevalent. I don't know why. They get more prevalent, these diseases are. So people need to look after themselves. And young people getting these diseases, and it's quite scary. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. Check.
I love you, man.
Bye. Thank you. Take care. Let's say good after your weekend. sound really good.
Cheers, my dears. Take care, Joe. Speak soon.
Take care. Thank you. Hang on.
Oh, man, that breaks my heart.
He's so lovely, Gerry is.
For those, we've got new listeners. For those of you who don't know, Jerry's been phoning me on and off for about 8 years, and he's got Parkinson's, and he's younger than me, isn't he? I think
he's only in his 40s, isn't he? Early 40s.
Early 40s, and he's in a care home, and
Parkinson's, that is.
And some nights he's more, I was going to say coherent, and that's, I don't mean that at all, more understandable than others, because he's all there. He's all there. This is the thing. This is the crime. He's all there, man. There's not a dimming of his mind one bit. He's a very sharp, very funny, sometimes a little bit blue, but he's a very sharp, funny man, and it's his body is letting him down miserably. We met Joey, we went and saw him once, and, his body, let's put these two ads together, Sam, and we'll come out. His body is letting him down absolutely terribly, and it's just,
Did you hear what he said, though?
Go on.
He loves life.
Yeah. Ah, man alive.
He's brilliant.
And also, here's the thing as well. I should just say, because we're getting loads of new people, and I see we're getting new texts and tweets and things. Thank you. Maybe that advert has paid off. On this show, we can talk about anything. And also, if you are a nervous caller because you maybe have a stammer, or maybe your English isn't brilliant, or maybe you've got MS or Parkinson's or something like that, or whatever reason, or you're just very shy, whatever reason, this show is 3 hours long, and there are some nights Gerry phones up and we can't understand him, and we spend a few minutes and I say, give us a call tomorrow. And I think that was the case when he phoned last week. But we will, we've got all the time in the world. It's not a breakfast show, it's not a drive time show, so we haven't got to get to the travel or anything. If you want to come on, you will be treated just like any other caller, because you are just any other caller. Hello, Alexandra in Nottingham, first-time listener, has texted in 87222. Start your text with the word talk, 25 pence plus normal. Blah, blah, blah. Northern-sounding singers. Gary Barlow, he can do.
Sometimes, yeah.
He does sometimes, doesn't he? What about the wee lad, the babe? Mark Owen. He does, doesn't he?
He does quite.
He does. And Mick Hucknall. No, Mick Hucknall's American, isn't he? In his tone.
Yeah.
I'll give you 50% Gary Barlow, Alexandra. Thank you for
Here's
that.
one. What about Ryan from the Cribs?
I don't know who they are.
I think he's from Wakefield, and you can hear it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's
a young man's band.
I am a very old man. I think we should exclude Scottish people, actually, from the list. I think it should be north of England. Because most Scottish singers, and it's not, to have a pop at Scottish singers, Emma Pollock is one of my favourite singers of all time. But it's harder for them to sound normal.
What?
Than us, than the rest of us.
You're kidding me.
What?
You are a massive racist.
Okay, then I am a proclaimer, and I will be singing 500 miles to thee. Their accent is so...
That sounded like medieval English. Did you ever listen to that at school, the Canterbury Tales?
Filth. He was the George Formby of his day.
He was a dirty, dirty boy.
The wife of Bath, eh?
But we had the tape.
They liked to meaty. Both the tales and the wives of Bath.
Did you ever hear the Miller's tale? That was the really rude one.
Is that one that's got the C-bomb in it?
Yeah.
Yay! Imagine if the C-bomb comes up in an English lesson.
Except they said quaint.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
So we're going to exclude Scottish singers.
Wow.
Well, because... All right, name a Scottish singer. Charlene Spiteri. She sounds Scottish.
She doesn't.
Simple Minds. He sounds Scottish.
No.
Of course he does.
No.
Big Country. They sound Scottish. Delamitri. They sound Scottish.
Amy McDonald sounds Scottish.
Scottish singers. Is she Scottish?
Uh-huh.
Scottish singers sound Scottish. Donald, where's your trousers? They sound Scottish. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening. I was thinking of singers that sound northern.
Yep, northern English only, please.
Jarvis Cocker.
Mm.
Particularly Have you heard his song Bad Cover Version?
Yes.
He's very, very Sheffield on that.
Can I just say, because everyone's banging on about Scott Walker, right, and Jarvis Cocker. Scott Walker, Jarvis Cocker. Can I just say, and I have video evidence of it, it's on a VHS in my garage, but I shall never convert that VHS, because it was 2 hours of just awful hosting from me, but I got paid a lot of money. I hosted the Q Awards one year. Oh! Suddenly she's interested. Famous Iain hosted the Q Awards, right?
And what did you wear?
I wore I bought shoes that cost 250 quid.
You have to for that.
They paid me 10 grand. I'm not going to but I get this, right? I had to. It was a tiny stage, about the size of where I'm standing now, Kath. So, you know, whatever that is.
Like a podium.
3 foot by 6 foot, right? And I had to introduce Jarvis Cocker up on stage. I stepped back. He did a speech, then introduced Scott Walker up on stage. I have been stood on stage. I have it on video. I was stood on stage with Jarvis Cocker and with Scott Walker. And then I had to introduce Christina Aguilera on the stage, and she came on and she introduced Jane's Addiction, and she stepped back. And if I hadn't have been a gentleman and stepped back, she would have touched my hand with her anus.
Wow.
With her anus itself.
Well, she was doing it, man. She was sexually harassing me. I've got it on video.
Was she wearing the red plastic chaps?
No, she was a really nice young lady. I liked her a lot.
Was it during the filthy years or was it
yeah.
after?
Oh, this was my filthy years. Oh God, yeah.
No, hers.
Yeah. This was 14 years ago.
Oh, good grief.
Hey.
We're talking pre-You're Beautiful, or what? The song where you're all okay about being beautiful.
Yeah. And Robert Smith waved at me. Robert Smith from The Cure waved at me and no, he didn't wave. He smiled and nodded out of respect.
Well, he might as well have come up and kissed you. A smile from Robert Smith.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a handsome fellow.
Vic
Yes,
Reeves
Dan. Sorry, Dan. I
sounds
forgot.
when he's singing.
Who's that?
Vic Reeves.
Yeah.
I'm not including Vic Reeves.
Why?
I know he's had #1 hit records and stuff, but I'm not allowing that. Oh, we've missed the break. We've got Dan. Dan, you've got to go. We're late. Goodbye.
Bye.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. It's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roam.
Oh, dear listener, it's good to be back after a few days away. Let's never speak of it again. This is the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee. Katherine Boyle is there.
Yo, yo.
Sam is through the glass, taking your phone calls. 0344 499 1000. This is the only show on Talk Radio that actually gets phone calls. And then when we get the phone calls, we leave them waiting for ages. But let's not. Let's dive into some straight away, and then we'll set up the stall and tell you what we're talking about. Good evening, John.
Pip, pip.
Hip, hip, hip. John, what have you got for us?
Northern Singers.
Yes?
Alex Turner from Arctic Monkeys.
Yes.
Yeah, but... No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Early albums, yes. Late albums, they went American. They became like a stadium rock band and sounded American. So I'm gonna have to say no, John, no.
Paul Gascoigne?
Oh.
Well, no, hang on a minute. Again, he had a huge hit. Huge hit, I'm saying.
Fog on the Tyne.
Yes, exactly. But if I'm not allowing Vic Reeves, I certainly cannot allow Gascoigne. And the very fact, John, that your second one was Paul Gascoigne says to me that if you have any more, you should really think hard about whether you actually want to say them on the radio.
John Shuttleworth.
Thanks for calling, John. It really...
Would you allow...
There we go.
Here's one. The St. Winifred's Girls' Choir.
No.
Why? Why?
Because it's a choir.
Why, though?
Why? No, I wouldn't allow that.
I mean, they were very northern.
Oh, yeah, all right, I'll allow it then. Fine, whatever.
Oh.
If it shuts you up, yeah, you can have them.
Oh, my God, I respected you at the start.
Tony!
Evening, Ian. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Tone. Big Tone. How are you?
Ian.
How are you, Big Tone?
I'm really good, but I've made a grave error, Ian.
Uh-oh.
I tuned in a little bit late tonight, and I think we were talking about people singing with British accents. I was going to refer to Bowie and Syd Barrett, the original singer of Pink Floyd. However,
yes. Hang on a second, Big Tone. Do you know who you're talking to? You don't have to tell me who Syd Barrett is. Stroke was.
Oh, I've got a bike. I can ride it if I like, if I want to.
Arnold Lane. He had they were kind of like Blur before Blur, with that kind of Arnold Lane, that kind of Mockney voice.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And he had a mouse called. What was the mouse called in the song? Gerald.
There we go. I'm going to be honest. I've tried Barrett, and have you listened to much Barrett, Katherine?
No.
I don't know if I've got it on this computer. Hang on, bear with me. Let's
Bike. If you can get Bike on there, it will define the man's career.
Let's see if we've got it on this computer. Barrett may not have made the transition from the big computer to the little computer. Oh, yes, he has. Okay. I haven't got Bike. No, I'm talking about solo stuff now.
Oh, really?
Oh, baby. Here we go. Everyone be quiet. This is 1 minute, 55 seconds. At the end of this, we will discuss the career of now deceased legendary rock singer Syd Barrett.
An effervescing elephant with tiny eyes and great big trunk once whispered to the tiny ear, the ear of one inferior, that by next June he'd die. Oh yeah, because the tiger would roam. The little one said, oh my goodness, I must stay at home. And every time I hear a growl, I'll know the tiger's on the prowl, and I'll be really safe, you know. The elephant, he told me so. Everyone was nervy, oh yeah, and a message was spread to zebra, mongoose and the dirty hippopotamus. hippopotamus who wallowed in the mud and chewed his spicy hippoplankton food and tended to ignore the word, referring to survey a herd of stupid water bison. Oh yeah, and all the jungle took fright and ran around for all the day and the night, but all in vain, because you see the tiger came and said, who, me? You know, I wouldn't hurt not one of you. I much prefer something to chew, and you're all too scant. Oh yeah, he ate the elephant.
Wow.
Yeah, fair play, he's a genius.
Well, kids, here's a walking, talking example of not to do LSD, kids.
Here's the thing. If you want to make music like that, you gotta swallow those LSD tablets. But you won't come back. You won't come back.
Ian.
Yes?
I know you're a Beatles fan. Now, apparently, the last album Barrett recorded in the studio with Pink Floyd was at the same time as the recording of Sgt. Pepper. Now, can you see the similarity between...
Yeah, both records are rubbish.
Oh, Ian.
Sgt. Pepper is a terrible album. It's the most unpsychedelic record the Beatles ever recorded. It's even less psychedelic than Please Please Me and 12 other songs. Revolver is where it's at, man!
Wow, Revolver is a great album. You can't rule out Sgt. Pepper. Ian.
Yes, you can! It is a stinker!
Even the reprisal, even the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band reprisal, which I believe is track 12 on the album.
Yes.
That track was so ahead of its time.
How is it ahead of its time? Because it's got animals that the preceding animal is bigger than the next one. No, the animal... The animals get bigger as they go along. You know that, don't you, Catherine?
No.
The animals get bigger as they go along. Is that right?
Well, I'm talking about the drum beat to the music here.
Oh, no, listen, just indulge me for 30 seconds, then we'll pull out of this complete and utter disappearing up our own navels.
Please do.
The drumming, you want to talk about drumming, then you listen to the drum fills on Tomorrow Never Knows.
I knew you were going to mention that.
Yeah, I tell you why I'm mentioning it, Tony, because every drum fill on that song, every single drum fill is completely different and unique. He never repeats it.
That could have been released by the Chemical Brothers in 2005 and been genuinely credible, that tune.
OK, Cass, give me that look. I've got to cut you off.
Put your measuring tapes away, lads. No one's going to win this.
But I exaggerate slightly about Sgt. Pepper, but I do think it's overrated. But here is listen. We get to the animals. Hang on. So each album, each animal gets bigger. Ready? Here they come. No, they don't. No, they don't. Where are the animals on Sgt. Pepper? He's gone now. Where are the animals?
You're not thinking of...
I know where they are. Here they are. No. Here they go. There you go. Chickens. Dogs. No, I don't know what they are.
Canaries, smaller.
Cats. Dogs. Now we're going up. Horses. So it must have sounded good when they were on drugs. I mean, it's a terrible record. Yes, Paul.
Hi, Richard Hawley. As a northern... Richard Hawley.
He's so dull.
Okay. I once saw Richard Hawley play a gig at the highest height pub in England. Wow. The Cat and Fiddle in the Peak District.
Wow, did you really?
I did. Seriously,
that's amazing.
Yeah, the truth.
That is amazing.
Yeah, the highest pub in the Peak District.
Hang on, is it the highest pub in the country?
It's the highest pub in England, the highest height pub above sea level in England, called the Cat and Fiddle.
That is
and
nuts.
It's on the most dangerous road that's by the AA. It's caused by the
accidents are caused by the AA on this road.
No. No.
That is incredible.
It's ranked by the AA as the most dangerous road in England. On the Peak District. The pub is called the Cat and Fiddle.
Bloody hell.
And I saw Richard Hawley there.
Did
yeah,
you really?
He's from Sheffield.
Okay, that's incredible.
Yeah. And I saw Richard Hawley play a gig there once.
So let me get this right. This is the highest pub in the world?
No, the highest pub in England.
In England? Oh, okay. And it's on the most dangerous road in the world?
Yeah, it's in the Peak
most
District
dangerous
between
road in the
Macclesfield
world
and
is in the Peak District?
It's right at the top of the Peak District.
Yes.
As you cross from Sheffield...
I can see it.
Across the Peak District.
Yeah. And it's the most dangerous road in the world.
Yeah, because the roads there. Have you never driven across that bit? Okay.
No, we would have died, wouldn't we?
The most dangerous roads there.
More than Calcutta.
Yeah.
More than Mexico.
Those coastal roads where you have to bib your horn in winter.
It's a very dangerous road.
Well, no one should ever go there then.
In the winter, they usually close the roads down because there can be snowfalls.
Bandits. El Bandito.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
I know a lot of bikers visit the pub. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I went and saw a gig there at the Cat and Fiddle, the highest pub in England. Yeah, with Richard Hawley. Now he sounds northern. I can name a couple of Scottish bands that sound Scottish as well. Simple Minds, Jim Kerr. Hello. Hello. Jim Kerr's Simple Minds. Okay. Yeah.
Get down from there. Get down from there.
He hung up there, David, I'm afraid.
Get down, you silly
Sorry?
elephant.
What are you doing?
Get down from... Hello, am I on?
You're not on LSD, are you?
I've been assembling a model of the Ark Royal, and with the poly cement, and I think I've taken one too many whiffs. I can see monkeys.
Okay, David, you just calm down. Maybe loosen that top button, and we'll come to you after this.
Open a window.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
So, not much work was done before the show this evening because it was...
Speak for yourself, I did loads.
Well, I know, but hashtag Love Island Final. And so, having only ever seen 30 seconds of Love Island before, I thought we should probably watch the hashtag Love Island Final because it was trending. And I didn't have a clue. David, I'll come to you in a minute. 0344 499 1000. I didn't have a clue what was going on it. So they're going to pick a winner, and is that the winner that's best at doing it on television? Is that what it is? They showed like a montage of kissing, of arguing, of
careful
night vision footage, and I don't get what it is. I don't get what it is.
Then they all had to make a speech to each other. Strangely, they're all in love with each other.
It's a very strange.
You know how complicated it is falling in love with somebody, especially when there's a limited supply of people in a house. Isn't it funny they've all found the right person?
What are newspapers going to write about for the next 10 months? Because the majority of stuff in the papers at the moment is all about Love Island. The number of times I've seen that woman in her silver bikini. She's in it, is she? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Woman in a silver bikini has been on the front page for the last 2 months.
Well, you know what starts next week?
What?
Big Brother.
Oh, Celebrity Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. I'm in. Well, I'm not in. I'm not in that. They've stopped asking me now. They've stopped asking me. I could do with that cheque. Hey, I could do with that cheque. That would pay the mortgage off. Hey, that would do it. Never mind. Let's go to David Babcock.
Take it from the top. I've got a wheelbarrow from space.
Come on, just open. It's got a monkey's head in it. I don't know why. I like watching Heidi High with Paul McShane.
I've got a wheelbarrow, I've got a wheelbarrow, it's got a monkey's head in it. I like watching marzipan, 'cause I'm a natural man.
It sounds a bit 60s, Ian.
That sounds a bit 60s, doesn't it? I like that. We could call ourselves the Retro Heads, heads with a Z at the end instead of an S. And we could do, like, kind of the close harmonies like the Everly Brothers, and the Beatles, and the Hollies. The Hollies, often overlooked 1960s pop group that had many, many, many top 10 hits. The Hollies, Graham Nash, Alan Clark, and the others. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the stage, it's the Hollies. Hey, I was turning into Chris Town at the end.
A little bit, yeah.
Please welcome to the stage. It's
This is all well and good, but could you please get Noel Edmonds out of my house, please?
I cannot do that, David, until you reverse the curse. Are you prepared now to reverse the curse? You have 30 seconds thinking time. At the end of that 30 seconds, David, I need to know your answer. The question is, are you prepared to reverse the curse? Your 30 seconds thinking time starts now. Here we go. Are you prepared to reverse the curse?
Noel Edmonds is here and he's very angry.
Are you prepared to reverse the curse, David?
It's a simple question,
I
David.
can see spirals.
Very simple question.
What?
You've got 16 seconds thinking time left, David. Will you reverse the curse?
Too much poly cement.
Here we go. Okay.
Powerful stuff.
The time is up, David. Are you going to reverse the curse?
If it gets Noel Edmonds out of my house, then yes, I'd like to reverse the curse, please.
It's not
a popular choice.
It is not a popular decision there, David. The audience thinking, quite rightly, that you are a little bit of a pussy. Okay, to reverse the curse, David, it's very, very simple. Describe the items you're wearing at the moment, please.
I'm wearing a ballerina's tutu. And I've kind of got voles on my feet.
Okay, voles?
Voles.
The animals?
They look furry and they're not happy.
Perfect. Keep the voles on the feet, remove the ballerina's tutu and any undergarments that you might be wearing.
Right, 1 second.
Oh, God.
Right, my bits are out.
Okay, now, what you need to do to reverse the curse, and we all know this, ladies and gentlemen, is if you can grab the end of your thing...
Oh, no.
And can you pull it between your legs so you look like a lady from the 70s?
All the way through.
All the way through?
I'll try, hang on.
Okay, then.
Right. It just looks like a mound of hair now.
Oh, God.
Okay.
How does this reverse the curse exactly?
Don't question.
Now, what I need you to do, David, to reverse the curse and get Edmonds out of your house, I need you to step out into the street.
That's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. You can do it, David. You're a very brave boy.
Noel is actually blocking the door.
I know, you have to fight your way past Noel. No one said this would be easy.
Right. Right then, Edmonds. Now, I don't care about deal or bloody no deal. Oh. And put that spatula down.
Is he gonna be
out the way. Right.
Well, I think...
There's nobody here.
Yeah, step outside. Step outside. Into the street.
Yes. Hang on.
Okay.
I need to just open the front door.
Pull the door shut behind you.
Oh, God.
There we go. Well, the audience have got it, David. And I think you're starting to realise, of course, that doesn't reverse the curse. That simply hands over the deeds of the property to Noel Edmonds. David, we look forward to chatting next week and seeing how you're getting on with Edmonds Lives in My House and I'm Naked. Thanks for calling, David.
My face has gone inside out.
There we go. That's great. That is great. Great. It's great. Katherine, when you said we needed to introduce an element of danger,
jeopardy,
to the show, and we needed some sort of quiz. I thought, well, that's a little bit hackneyed for us. But actually,
reverse the curse.
Reverse the curse. It really is a lot of fun, and we'll find out what's happening to David Babcock a little bit later on. Good evening, Annie.
Hello.
Hey, Annie, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Right, you have no idea how much I hate myself for doing this.
Uh-oh.
But purely for the sake of accuracy,
here we go.
I need to point out that the Cat and Fiddle Inn in the Peak District is 1,690 feet above sea level.
Yes, it's the highest. It's the highest pub in England, Annie. We've been told that, and it's on the most dangerous road in the world.
It's the second highest pub in England.
What the heck?
We've been sold a pop.
The Tan Hill Inn. Everybody in the world knows that the Tan Hill Inn in North Yorkshire, at 1,732 feet above sea level,
everybody but one
pub in the UK.
Now you've said it, Annie. Now you've said it. I'm thinking, yeah, of course.
Obvious, staring me in the face.
I knew that, and I just took him on face. I've been off for 2 nights, Annie, so I'm not I'm not a match fit.
His delivery is so convincing.
It is, that was it, because he does it with such a level of authority.
Conviction, yeah.
You know, this pub is so famous, it was even on an Everest advert. Everybody knows that the Tan Hill Inn is the highest in the UK.
Who was the fella that did the Everest adverts? Reg... No, I'm thinking of the Polly fella. Do you remember the adverts? Where the
the best Everest.
There was the Polly filler advert, and it was a guy... They would put polyfiller on a board, and then he was wearing like a white jumpsuit,
and they would take him up on a helicopter.
It would go up in a helicopter.
Yeah,
but was he Roy or Reg? Someone who was the Everest guy? It was some old. It was some old. I know. Former chief of Manchester Police.
John Stalker.
John Stalker does the adverts for conservatory shutters.
Security blind thing.
Yeah. John Stalker.
But no, his dog operates the blind, I think.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Katherine. Thank you.
So simple, even the dog can do it.
This is a pedant special. The pedants are revolting. And who did... It was an old guy. Who did the Everest? It's not Roy... I'm not Roy Plumley, I want to say. I have to say the names to get them out. So I'm Roy Plumley. I'm Reg Gutteridge. Balls if I know, Annie. Balls if I know.
I don't know. It's gone. The guy that does it now, he probably isn't, but he looks like like an ex-Blue Peter presenter who's grown up. He looks a bit like one of them.
Oh, I know who you mean. Craig Doyle.
I'm Craig Doyle.
He looks like a younger version of Tom Cruise.
Yes.
I've seen him. He's a tiny fella, but very attractive.
Tom Cruise?
No, both.
Oh, well.
Craig Doyle.
I don't know Craig Doyle. I don't know. Here's the thing, Annie. I don't know TV, and I was watching Love Island, and if you watch even if you were to watch the last episode of Big Brother, right, and you'd never seen Big Brother before, you'd get it. You'd know that it's that people are voting, and it's a popularity competition, and there'll be a bad guy, and there'll be you can work out from watching the final of Big Brother pretty much what has gone on and the mechanics of the show. But Annie, I was watching Love Island, and I consider myself an intelligent man. God damn it, I just finished a chapter of my book where I talk about winning mastermind. And well, thank you very much indeed. I won it convincingly, and I could not fathom out what was going on Love Island. I just couldn't make head and tail of it.
No, I think that in itself is another sign and another indication of your intelligence that you couldn't figure it out.
And thank you, whoever's just texted in. I'm Ted Molt. That's who it was. That's who did the
guy.
It is, isn't it?
The guy.
Ted Molt did the double did Everest. Fit the best, fit Everest. Well done, Ted Molt. Ted Molt. Who was Ted Molt though? In his, when he went home from filming the Everest adverts, how did he feel the other 364 days of the year?
It's like we're supposed to know. It's like the guy with the cleanest thing that shouts really loud. We're supposed to know who he is as well, but we don't know who he is.
What's his name? Barry...
Barry something. I'm Barry Scott. That's the guy.
I'm Barry Scott!
Yes.
With Clip Bang!
We're supposed to know who he is, but nobody knows who he is.
It's, what's the sketch on, Horrible Histories? I'm a shouty man! I'm a shouty man! It's very funny. Annie, thank you so much for clarifying the highest
I couldn't let an inaccuracy go.
Do you know if that road is the most dangerous road in the world?
That part's accurate. It is definitely. It is definitely far more than anywhere. It is the most dangerous road in the world.
Annie, you're certainly call of the night so far. Thank you very much indeed. And can I just say that we've had more tweets, more texts, saying Ted Malt than we've had for anything else in the entire 15 months that I've been here. So that Sun advert really is paying off today, guys.
I'm getting messages saying that Ted came to a tragic end.
Oh, God, what happened? Window didn't fall on him, did it? Oh, no. Oh, Katherine, don't just mind... For goodness sakes, don't mind pointing a gun to your head. Well, now we're all... Ted Malt committed suicide.
Let's find out.
So let's take a break, and let's... I don't want to break the news to you, but here's Ted Malt. Oh, for goodness sakes.
Isn't that awful?
Let's take a break.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Dearie me, a dear listener. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. So someone is saying Barry Scott has been sacked from Clip Bang.
No.
Well, I don't. It could just be the precursor to an hilarious punchline. So let's just wait and see.
Oh, okay.
Andrew has tweeted me, "Hi Ian, the Everest guy was Ted Malt. We've got that. I once saw him in Copenhagen, or as they say over there, Copenhagen." Barry! Not Barry Scott, is it?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's a shame.
Well, what can you do?
If Barry Scott is listening, by the way, and you want to tell us your side of the story, please give us a call. We'll be sensitive.
Anywho.
Yes.
Well, I was going to mention Ted Malt, but I was usurped by the texter.
You were usurped?
Indeed.
Indeedly doodly, sir.
But however...
Yes.
Northern Singers, and I'm surprised nobody's mentioned either of these.
Yeah.
Mark Knopfler.
He doesn't sound northern.
Of course he does.
Right. Are these people that sing with a northern accent? Because that's what we're going for. It's quite specific, Barry.
Oh, no, he does sing with a northern accent.
No, he doesn't.
He's from...
money for nothing and your chicks for free. Your money for nothing and your chicks for free?
Oh, come on. You listen to Romeo and Juliet and all the other songs.
Yeah, the ones he sings in American.
Oh, go away. Also...
Well, he's not going on the list. I've not written the list.
All right. Chris Rea.
This is the road to hell.
American.
Driving home for Christmas. Barry, have you ever heard a northern accent?
Well, only yours.
Right, okay, well, that explains a lot, actually. If he thinks I've got a northern accent, then...
I think you might have compared to his.
I drove past, so we're sort of in Dorset, on the edge of Dorset, the last few days. I drove past the best sign outside a pub that I've ever seen. Wonderful sign. It was on like a chalkboard. Right? Playing here Saturday, the Wurzels sold out. Oh, it was. What a great sign. What a great sign to see that. Absolutely fantastic. We went to the pictures in Bournemouth. I loved Bournemouth. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And do you know what? It wasn't that pricey for a seaside resort. We were there for the day. We spent money there. Trust me. Mini golf was dead cheap. Playing mini golf in the rain, beautiful. It wasn't. It's only £2 a pop on the Helter Skelter.
Really?
When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide. Then I stop. Then I turn. Then I go for a ride till I get to the bottom and I see you again. Yeah. Do you? Don't you want me to take you? Yeah. I'm coming down fast, but don't let me break you. Ooh, tell me the answer. You may be a lover, but you ain't no dancer. Helter skelter. That's what Charles Manson used as an excuse to order the murder of Sharon Tate.
It's also a flash forward to you in the old people's home.
You know the best song.
He's doing it again, nerd.
You know the best song, don't you, on the White Album? It really is. Hang on a minute. Let's. Let me. You know, the best song on the White Album goes a little bit like this.
Oh no.
You know this one?
Are you going to sing it?
Why don't we do it in the road? 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 No one will be watching us. Why don't we do it in the road? 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 No one will be watching us. Why don't we do it in the road? And it goes like this. Why don't we do it in the road? Why don't we do it in the road? Why don't we do it in the road?
Making my eyes flicker now.
Why don't we do it in the road? No one will be watching us. Why don't we do it in the road? Best song on the album.
Yeah, but it's no way to cross the road, is it?
It really isn't. I can think of many reasons. Every time he asks, why don't we do it in the road, I've got 10 good reasons why it would, certainly not the Green Cross Code.
Can you imagine?
Hey.
Alvin Stardust would be furious.
Imagine Paul McCartney and his new wife, Nancy Chevelle, actually doing it in the... First of all, imagine them doing it, and imagine them doing it on the bloody A4. Dirty buggers. So he's invented dogging. He invented dogging because he was doing it in road.
Dirty old bugger.
Dirty old bugger. Imagine that. Imagine Paul McCartney and Nancy Chevelle doing it.
All right.
All right, kids. Hey. All right. Hey. Fantastic. What does he say? What does Paul McCartney say when he's talking?
Yeah, Grace.
You know the Beatles. Yeah, that was my idea. It's my. John Lennon. Yeah, he was my idea.
Dogging was my idea.
Imagine. I kind of said to John Lennon once. I said, imagine. Something, and then he wrote a song called Imagine. So it was my idea. That Yoko Ono was my idea.
That's turning into that was my idea. I heard that rumour. I started it.
Who's that?
Vic and Bob.
Is it? I don't remember that.
It was my idea. Yeah, I started it.
0344 499 1000. I feel we've lost our way slightly with the show, and what I really want to talk about.
Is it because you keep bursting into song? Quote unquote song.
Yes, I do feel better. Yes, I do. I feel alright. Yeah. But what I really want to talk about is the emotional impact that Cars 3 had on me over the weekend. And I will do that after these ads.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Can you... Kyle and Bill, we'll come to you in a minute, I promise. 0344 499 1000. It costs you pennies, and we call you back. Probably free, and we'll call you back. So, we're paying for the phone call. For all the new listeners we got, because the Sun have finally advertised this show 15 months after it started, and 9 or 10 months after they took over the station. So that's great news. But Katherine, could you explain? It turns out that the simpler the concept for the phone-in, the more people misunderstand it. We do the avant-garde, flighty stuff. You get it. We ask you a straight question. You don't get it. For example, and I'm not picking you out. I'm not picking on you, Kira, on Twitter, but you are dumb. What about Joe Elliott from Def Leppard? They are from Sheffield. Katherine, could you please explain to Kira and to all the hundreds of other people that have texted and tweeted and phoned in with the wrong answers what the phone-in is, please?
Stay calm, Kath. Stay calm.
Here we go.
Right. It's not about them being northern. It's about them singing with a northern accent. So, you can forget Chris Rea. You can forget Knopfler.
No.
I think he's from the Midlands anyway, ain't he, Knopfler?
Yeah.
Do they sound like northerners when they sing? Ask yourself that question before you get in touch, OK? Enough said.
No, they do not. No, they do not. Let's go to Billiam. Good evening, Bill.
Oh, hi, mate. How you doing, mate? I've spoken to you before when you used to be on Radio WM.
Oh, gosh, those guys. Wait till I tell you what went on behind the scenes there.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to you. I was going to come to one at the Art Centre, but, I couldn't get a ticket.
Well, I'm a big draw, but don't worry, Katherine and I will be appearing, I believe, early October, in Wolverhampton, which is kind of the same place, yeah?
Yeah, Black Country. That's where I come from.
We'll keep listening. We will be in Wolverhampton soon, and Scunthorpe, and Manchester, and London, and Hull.
Yeah, I found about the White Album. I think Happiness is a Warm Run. That's a brilliant track, isn't it?
Oh, the whole album is brilliant. I have sat through more than one playing of Revolution No. 9.
You know, you went to New York.
Yes.
And there's a brilliant band that come from New York called the Fab Four.
The Fab Four?
The Fab Four.
The Fab Four?
And all they do is play all Beatles stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I saw them at the Beatles convention.
Hang on a minute. Where are you going, Boyle?
Just want to get.
They play the
Weren't we meant
album.
to be getting a Beatles tribute band in this studio?
Yeah.
And we were even asked, do you want them in costume or not? And I said, of course we do.
And then do you remember they couldn't come over for contractual reasons and they're coming over later in the year?
They split up.
No.
Because one of them married a Japanese avant-garde artist.
And she insisted on attending all the performances. No.
That will be it. I listened to a great album this weekend, Bill.
Yeah.
Wings Over America. Wings Live 1976. Have you heard it?
No, I haven't played that on, mate.
Oh, mate, it is. I got it for like £3 on Amazon.
You know that competition used to play on WM when people used to play the tracks over the radio, and somebody used to judge the tracks off their iPlayers. Remember that?
Oh, iPod roulette, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was funny.
Have you got an iPod with you?
No, I ain't got one with me, mate. But they stopped you from doing it, didn't they?
I was about to blow the whistle on how much I was getting paid more than my female colleagues, and they silenced me, Bill.
But when you was asking people if they'd met Paul McCartney, and I told you that I sang in the cabin, and I sang a song for you on the Radio WM. I saw her standing there. Remember that?
I'm gonna say yes. It was a highlight of my 2 years there.
Well, I think one of the best tracks they've done is "Please Please Me." I think that's a brilliant record. That I don't know what you think about that.
Well, she was just 17.
Yeah, I mean, "Please Please Me." Last night I said these words to my girl.
Thanks for calling, Bill. We can do. Here's a good phone in. Songs that start with a count off.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's. We got a game here. Beatles songs that start with a count off.
Oh God.
You can go first. I've given you one.
You just shouted 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not giving me one.
1, 2, 3, 4. I've got. Oh, come on! This is great. Hang on a minute, Kyle. You in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Beatles songs that start with a count off.
Well, it's got to be a cheeky cough. It's got to be Taxman.
Whoa! Kyle's gone straight in there with the taxman! Yes, sir! Katherine.
I saw her standing there.
Yes, sir!
That was a guess.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band Reprise. Oh, Kyle, I did it! I did it, buddy! I did it, buddy, buddy, bing bong! In you go. Next. Can you think of any more Beatles songs?
Are you Googling?
That start with a count in? No,
Katherine, is he trying to jip me?
I think he's always trying to jip everyone.
I'm not jipping.
He's a right dodgepot.
I'm First of all, I don't know if we can say jipping anymore. But I am certainly not jipping you, Kyle. Okay. Got any more?
No, I can only think of the version of Strawberry Filth, which starts with Denver, which starts with Sugar Plum Fairy, which they count out.
First of all, Kyle, I can only accept versions as they were released in their original format, and secondly, it has to be numbers, not words, I'm afraid. So
it does sound like you're diddling me. I'll be honest.
No, Kyle, no. I'm actually just going by the rules, Kyle, and the rules are there, Kyle, to make that. I've got a few more if you want them, guys.
Can I try?
Yes, you can.
What are you laughing at?
Go on then.
Revolution?
No. Okay. I would go, and it's been a long time since I've listened to these, so I would go with Dig a Pony in alphabetical order.
That's not a real song.
Dig a pony. Well, you can imitate everything you are.
No, he's right.
I would also go with 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't let me down. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All together now. All together now. All together now. And that's it. Those are the only ones that are on this
search
1,
engine.
2, 3, 4. Jojo was a boy who thought he was a loner, but he was another man. Those are the only ones I can find on this
search engine.
On this answers, this Yahoo Answers. Yes, that is correct.
Gosh, you're the only person who still uses Yahoo Answers.
Oh, I did a funny noise there when I should have opened my mouth and I didn't, and it caused my throat to hurt. Yahoo Answers.
Why didn't you ask Jeeves? I bet he knows.
Well, I still consider myself a Yahoo-ligan.
You plum.
Sugar Plum Fairy. Speaking of Sugar Plum Fairies, it's Kyle.
Thanks very much. No, I was going to. Well, there's loads of things again. The past 5 minutes. It's like a selection box.
It is.
You provide.
What do they call?
All the chocolates are mouldy.
No. What do they call that thing when it's a board game, but there's like 12 games in there? Compendium. It's a compendium. I started watching, Kyle. I've started watching over the past month or so 2 films that have the same premise. Right. One of them we stopped halfway through. The other one I left today with half an hour to go. It's a kids' film, and I'm going to watch. My boys watched the end of it. I'm going to watch the end of it tomorrow. It's so good. I'm going to say the first film, and you can see if you can work out what the second film is. Okay, they've got exactly the same premise. Right. The first film was Jumanji. Jumanji. What's the premise of the film Jumanji, Kyle?
I've never seen it. I'm tempted to say something like the one that's set in a museum with Ricky Gervais.
No, that's Night at the Museum. And it's not Flubber. Okay. It's not Flubber. It's Jumanji. What happens in Jumanji is there's a board game. These kids find a board game, and as they play the board game, things come to life. So they'll land on a square, and it will say you're about to be attacked by a tiger, and a tiger will appear in the house. It's that kind of stuff, right? But we stopped it halfway through because it was boring, really slow. Okay, but then today we started watching this film, and it was on Netflix, right? And it was good. Called, I don't know how it's pronounced. In fact, I don't even know what it's called. Zarutha or something, right? And it's Tim Robbins, and he's got these kids, and but he's not got time for his kids. But they find this board game in the basement, and they start playing it, right? And the card comes out, and it says, beware the meteor shower. Oh. And they're like, well, this is rubbish. And then suddenly meteors, tiny little meteors start flying through the living room, through the ceiling, hitting the floor, right? And so they're flying, and they manage to avoid it. And then they look out the window, and the house is floating in space. And they've got to play this game. And the film is absolutely brilliant.
But could you not use that concept with your radio show one night? Just do like people phone in, and obviously you'll rig it because you always do. But and just play a board game against you.
Hang on a second. No, do you know what? I'm feeling generous. I'm going to let
it go.
I'm going to let that one pass. Right. But because tonight's show, as we've said, isn't canon. So when Carl calls in again, that won't be in the Bible.
No.
So it's not canon. So that's absolutely fine. Actually, Carl, I'm going to let you get away with that. So that's 5 points to you. But the score is reset to 0 tomorrow when it's back in the Iain Leah-verse. Yeah, whatever you just said, yeah, fine. What did you call him? I don't know where I'm going with this. What did you call him for, man?
Well, there's lots of things, because I remember seeing, do you know what, I'll just tell it's the best one. When you do your Manchester voice...
Yes.
Which is like, all right, no, that's one top one, lad.
Hang on, why is he doing a Cockney voice to do my...
That's very much how you
sound. I'm from Manchester and I will shank you off.
Wow.
Well, no, it sounded like a former disgraced Leeds DJ.
I know.
Which, it did a little bit.
I know. He's only got one default setting for his northerness.
Now then, what I am going to do is I am going to... I don't know, to me that's like proper Manchester. Hang on a minute, I've got to take this call, because Dennis doesn't accept withheld numbers. Dennis, you're on the air.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Dennis, I'm going to shank you off.
Why?
I've got a shank.
Why?
Why? Because I don't like your pies. That's why.
What bloody pies?
Your pies with gravy. Make me want to.
Hang on a minute. Stop talking rubbish. Now listen. You get in touch with that little lad who had his hands replaced.
Yeah, we've got him on now. He's on the line now.
Is he? Well, say hello to him for me, will you?
Kyle, Dennis says hello.
Dennis, I've waited so many years to speak to you, but I'm sorry that I have no hands. But I've waited years to speak to you. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, well, give it. If you've got some hands, slap him round the chops for me, will you?
OK, Dennis.
Violence.
Thank you, Dennis. Violence, that's the older generation solution to everything. Hence, what 1 and what 11. Kyle, what is the point of this call, please, caller?
Well, I remember being in a pub in Manchester, and the only way that I learnt the proper Manc accent, because even though I live about 12 miles away, is some bloke came in and he said, all right, do you want to buy a camera? And that was the only way that I learnt the accent was do use, so you put an S on the end of it, do you want to buy a camera?
Did you buy the... Did you
I think you'll find he said, do you want to buy a camera?
Oh, it was more like that.
Did you buy the camera?
I didn't, but I bought 20 dodgy Benson.
Thank you very much. Hey, it's a good series, Benson. It was good series, Benson. I enjoyed that. Who was in it? It was Robert Gilliard. He was a butler, wasn't he, Benson? It was a spin-off from Soap. Hello, is this on? Anybody? Benson. He was a butler.
Shouting it at me is not going to make me remember it.
He was played by Robert Gilliam.
No.
He was a butler. It was a spin-off from Soap.
Good.
Flipping. I'm working with absolute babes in the wood here. And then babes is in, like, youth, not as in, like, wah, not like that girl in the silver bikini in Love Island. Anyway, well done, Kyle. You've succeeded in your plan to stop me talking about Cars 3. The next hour is going to be a Cars 3 special.
Good.
I was watching it with my boys, and if you've seen Cars 3, can you? There's something I need cleared up. Is some of it real? Because it's a cartoon, right?
The cars with eyes, right, and mouths.
But I was watching it, and I leant over to my eldest and said, is this all cartoon? He went, yeah. I said, but that looks real. I am convinced that some of it is real. And then I was watching it thinking, well, why would they have gone out to a dust track in the desert and filmed some cars with eyes and mouths? And I It was a very, very confusing hour and a half.
You were asking your boy, were you?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it begins.
Talk Radio.
What? Oh, yeah. Another hour to go, dear listener. If you are joining us because you saw the advert in the Sun, well, congratulations, you win £5. Simply go to your newsagent tomorrow and tell them I said you could have £5 and they will give it to you. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with fire up. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone past with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. But the hardest thing I ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my...
We've got to stop this broadcast because there is some breaking news. There is some breaking news. Sam Fox is coming on the show, and we've been sent.
We've been sent the Fox box.
It's a box set. It's called Play It Again, Sam. The Fox box. That's genius. That is genius. Do you remember the scandal when Sam Fox appeared on Top of the Pops and she had jeans on, but she turned around and there's like an inch cut out of the bum of a jean? A huge scandal.
Yeah.
That was a great song. Touch me, I want to feel your body, your heartbeat next to mine. Well, it's going to take a bit of work to get our hearts beating next to each other, Sam, but I like, I take your point. But then, so CD1 is the singles. CD2 is rarities and remixes. I'm going to enjoy going through that, including her version of Gimme Shelter with Hawkwind.
Gosh.
Then you get CD3 is DVD 1, the videos, and CD4 is DVD 2, bonus footage.
Bonus.
I'm going to ignore that actually because I think that you're better than that. You speak languages and you're a mother. So
I got those kids somehow.
The punishment will just be the guilt that you'll carry around for saying that. So it's all the videos. Touch me, do ya, hold on tight, nothing's going to stop me now. All Naughty Girls, all of these songs.
Gosh.
Then at the end it says track 2020 is Call Me with Sabrina.
Right. I'm guessing it's not
video.
It's not Spania. I reckon it's the Blondie Call Me.
And then if you go to CD4 DVD 2 bonus footage, Call Me with Sabrina behind the scenes. So when is she coming on?
I know.
Okay. That's great producing there. There we go. So this is Sam Fox.
Eventually is the answer. She will.
Oh, that's hard.
Are you all right?
Yeah, so I'm fine, man. So this is Samantha versus Sabrina.
Versus.
And their song Call Me. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to take. So, I'll just skip past this advert. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. There we go. Here we go. This is it. And... Yes!
Colour me your colour.
There's Sam Fox.
Colour me your colour.
There's Sabrina.
I know who you are. Come above your colour chart. I know where you're coming from. Call me on the line. Call me.
Excellent stuff. I'm going to enjoy watching those.
4 outstanding points. One of which is good voices.
Yeah. This is the thing. You know that Sam Fox is a huge star in India. She's been in Bollywood movies and stuff. I mean, like, she's played to tens of thousands. She will draw huge concerts in India. Huge concerts. She's got a good voice.
They've both got good voices. I mean, you know, it's probably... I mean,
that's not... I mean,
wasn't the most natural of remixes,
if
but...
you watch the video, they're fair play. It's only from 7 years ago. They're playing on but I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Sam Fox coming on the show. Hope we get to meet her. What I would like to do more of is going out and meeting people, because I know we do them on the phone, and sometimes we have to because it's people from America. And, you know, that of course makes it convenient because they're daytime, our evening. And we're very lucky in the number of people that have come into the studio. But it would be nice to go out and meet some people. Roger McGough, I'm hopefully going to meet in the autumn now. It's been put back to the autumn. That's happening. Going to go and meet him. We went on Twitter early on and asked for loads of suggestions for guests, and you came up with some. We got about 20 really, really strong ideas. Yeah. So I've
emailed 18 of them.
Well
I need
done.
to do 2 in the morning, I will. And there were some great suggestions there. And I've said to all of them that we can either give you a ring or we can meet you at the time and location of your choice.
Yeah.
Now, when we were in America, people were bang up for meeting face to face.
Yeah.
A bit more reticent in this country. I don't know why.
What's happening with Bucks Fizz?
Oh.
No, I don't mean the interview. I just mean in general with those guys. When are they going to get back with Bobby G? Is that interview happening?
Well, it's all gone quiet. They said we could meet at 6 a.m, didn't they, when they did GMTV?
Well, guys, I'm a big Bucks Fizz fan, but I ain't meeting at 6 a.m. We got Belinda Carlisle soon.
Yes. That's on the 8th.
And
possibly Narina Palo.
Oh, that was it. That was the one.
But you need to check your times for that.
I'll check my times. What time did you think?
It's the 1st of August, he said.
I haven't got my diary. I mean, when I was emailing her personally, she was happy to come in at 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter. Yes, I'm sure that'll be fine, but I just need to double check it. I love Narina Palo. I think she's absolutely flipping brilliant. What a voice. What a songwriter. What a skilled instrumentalist. She really is the whole package. I think she's absolutely brilliant. I met her once briefly at Sky, and I got all tongue-tied because I didn't know what to say. I got a bit fanboyed. Anyway, 0344 499 1000. So, and I've got to take my iPhone is going in tomorrow. I cracked the screen. Not only did I crack the screen, right, I shut it in a door. I was going, why wasn't this door shut? Doom, doom, doom. Dum. Oh, there's my phone. Oh, no. So not only had the glass shattered, but it was like, like the ink had leaked everywhere. And it was all over the place. And I thought, I can't live with this because it makes me very anxious. Because I'm nuts, right? So that anxiety was building. And then I couldn't even use the touch screen. So this all happened on Sunday at 3 o'clock in Dorset. So then I go online trying to find somewhere in Bournemouth or nearby that that can fix it there and then. And I found a place in Boscombe, right? If you've never been to Boscombe, dear God, please don't go. Honestly, it's awful. This is a reference for my sister, basically. It's like the Britwell estate by the sea. It's the strangest place. And I kept saying to my kids, you could see Bournemouth just down the line. So these lads fixed my phone for 50 quid in half an hour. But now the screen is all dark with a slight bluish tinge. And here's the lesson that I have lived this lesson so many times, but I've never learnt it. Buy cheap, buy twice. And I have lived that hundreds of times, and I never... I mean, I had to get it fixed because I was stranded without a map. I had to go on Google to get directions to this place and write them down. And then I had to stop at a petrol station on the way and ask how to get there. Imagine.
But like in the olden days.
Yeah. It was like I felt like my dad and my sister in the back. It was wonderful. But so they fixed it, but now it's a darker screen. So I've got to go, and apparently I've been told to replace a screen on an iPhone 6 in Apple, £130. Dear God, it's a licence to print money. So, what's this? As a diligent Sun reader, says Edith, I think your pleasure of Sam is insincere. Sam's cover with Hawkwind was War Pigs. Guys, I'm holding up Hang on a minute. How do we find the history of what they've... Oh, it's you muppet. It's that stoner we spoke to the other day. Give me shelter with Hawkwind.
It's real.
Let's go to Andre. Good evening, Andre.
Hi, Ian. How are you doing?
Hey!
Is that Ian?
Is that Andre?
Yeah. All right, mate. How you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Keep me pecker up. What I was going to say to you, you were saying about your screen and you got it fixed.
Yes.
There's a saying, if you don't trust someone or don't let them do something. There's another saying, but what I always used to like saying, never trust a hippie, as Malcolm McLaren would say.
Yes.
Do you remember that saying? No, it might be before your time, but... what was you going to say?
Yeah, I've got...
Sorry? Yeah.
Okay.
No, go on.
Okay. And so what have you called in for?
Don't know, really. I just dialed the number and I got through. I don't know why.
Have you seen the movie Cars 3?
No, not yet.
Have you seen any of the Cars movies?
No, I've seen a few, what's that? What are them other DVD ones?
Pornography?
No, not them. No, not them ones.
What?
Them car ones in Hong Kong and Japan and all that. What are they called?
Them car ones in Hong Kong?
Yeah, New York and Japan and all that.
Oh, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
How did I get that from that drunk idiot?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yes.
They're good. I like them.
Yeah. I've never seen a Fast and Furious film, and the thing is they're making so many of those F and Fs that soon, percentage-wise, the chance that there'll be more of those films than any other movies in the world.
Yeah, they're brilliant. They're really good, yeah.
Good acting, good stories.
Yeah, there's about 5 of them, weren't there?
There's about 10, I think, now.
Is there? Blimey, I'll have to go and get some more.
Yep.
Ian, so...
Hello.
What was I going to say? Don't trust a hippie.
Yes.
Keep your pecker up.
Okie dokie.
Don't walk before you can run.
Yeah.
Don't tar me with the same brush.
Don't drink too much.
Don't... Who said that? Why is that then?
I don't think anyone's ever said that to you, and...
That's what I'm saying I don't believe in.
Here's another one. Don't drink and dial.
Don't drink and dial, no. Don't, because you might spill it.
There we go.
Yep. Anyway, Kirby Cafe, how are you? No, I haven't spoken to you.
I'm massive. I'm absolutely massive. I've eaten loads of cheese this weekend.
Have you?
Yeah. I went on
Two-legged mouse?
Two-legged mouse, yeah.
Yeah, right. Why have you been eating so much cheese?
I went on a cheese and wine course at this 80s hotel, and do you know what? It set me off. I couldn't stop once I started. I couldn't stop.
Nice one.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, that's good for your calcium and a bit of wine and that. You can't beat it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially at my age, eh?
I don't know. How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I don't know. How old do you want me to think you are?
I don't know. How old do you think I want you to think I am?
I'm getting a boner.
How old do you want me to be? Kath?
I reckon you're about 65.
Holy God, do you mind?
Know, as old as my dad.
Nah, not that old. Nah, I reckon you're about 40 odd, aren't you? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I've never seen you. I've even seen a picture of you.
No, I told you I'm 25 stone, though, didn't I?
Oh, that's all right.
Covered in scales.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A bit fishy. Listen, I'm going to go now. I've had me say. I've had a little chat.
I think he's finished.
I'll speak to you tomorrow, yeah?
At least he says goodbye. Normally they hang up.
I know.
No, I don't. No, good evening and good morning. Talk to you later, yeah?
There we go. He's finished.
Good evening and good morning, everyone. I think I need to work on my patter. I need to keep him on the phone longer, don't you? Isn't that how it's done?
That's how you make your money, yeah. But you've got a heart. There's a story that might interest you two. A couple brazenly bonk at a bus stop in front of stunned onlookers. The pair...
Did the stunned onlookers take a picture?
They filmed it, yeah.
They were so horrified.
The pair were filmed getting frisky on Friday night. The woman straddles the bloke after hoisting up her skirt on the bus stop bench.
All right, I know how it's done.
Right, okay. What did passers-by shout? It's a very British thing.
Oi, oi!
Hey! She's got it! As Passers-by shout, oi, oi! What does that even mean? Oi, oi!
Do you know what I think it means? I think it's from the same root as oye, oye, right? Which is what a town crier would say. But that's from the Latin for listen, listen.
Yeah.
You didn't really want an answer to that,
When I asked
did you?
what does that really mean, I didn't care. As passers-by shout,
oi, oi!
and laugh, then the man... This is the most British thing ever. So it's
Thumbs up.
No, not quite. So there's two people bonking at a bus stop. Some passers-by shout, oi, oi. The man does a very British thing in response. It's not thumbs up. Flicks them the V's. There's a picture of him flicking them the V's. As passers-by shout,
oi, oi!
and laugh, the man flicks them a two-finger salute. He then gets back to business.
Oh, God.
One disgusted local is heard saying, are you for real? A witness told The Sun there were people wanting to take a seat and wait for the bus, but they just carried on like they were at home. There was no shame. At one point...
Go on.
At one point, the crowd looking at them thought they must have just been dry humping. But as you got closer...
How close did they get?
You could see the man's privates. And the woman's underwear down by her ankles. Here's the quote. It was a disgrace.
Who said that? There's no name, is there?
The man who filmed the clip said the romp lasted half an hour. He said... I'm not sure if they were drunk, but it was 1 a.m. and they looked like they'd been on a night out. I don't know why they just couldn't just get a hotel room. The banging couple.
Oh, no.
Risked arrest for outraging public decency in Holloway, North London. Last month, a boozy couple were filmed having sex in front of a pub in London. At one stage, the woman in her 20s performed... This is the end of the story, right? This is the last sentence of the story. At one stage, the woman in her 20s performed a sex act on her Romeo as he groped her bum.
Late night Iain Lee.
On air and off the lead.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
So we went to see Cars 3, right? We had a really packed Thursday afternoon, Friday. We got there Thursday, about 2 o'clock, and we noticed that just down the road there was a stables, and the boys had never been horse riding, and I said, before we go to the beach this afternoon, why don't we go and see if we can book in for horse riding? And we went in, and the fella said, no, we're all booked this weekend. We got something in half an hour if you want to do it. I said, oh, yeah, perfect. So we stayed there, and the boys went horse riding, and they loved it. It was only like half an hour. It's about 40 minutes in the end. And I thought they were just going to get led around a field a bit, but they got taken through the woods and stuff on these horses. And my youngest was very scared, and he started crying. He said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I said, well, I'll come round with you. I won't go on a horse, but I'll walk around with you. You've got these young ladies who were, one of them was in her first year of training to be a vet, so I was chatting to her about vets and stuff like that.
Because you did a first year of veterinarian
college. Yes, I did. And it's interesting you raised that.
Yeah. What did you get thrown out for? Thrown out. It's a strong.
It's thrown out is a very strong word. I was asked not to return. I think it's because I was too good at vetting and stuff.
Okay.
That's not what they said in the letter. Obviously, they had to make up an excuse and sex with a dead dog. But there is no video evidence. Well, there is video evidence of that. But I'm the one that's got the video, so I don't even know I don't even know what they were talking about. They'd seen it, because I've got the only... Anyway, we're going off on a tangent. And my youngest didn't want to do it, but he got on and he did it. And there was one bit, he was just giggling, really giggling, proper, not laughing. It was... And I said, what are you giggling for? And he said, to make it move, I've got to say, come on now. And he thought that that was it. Come on now. He thought it was hilarious. And the young ladies that took the boys around, it was my 2 boys and another one, they were brilliant. They were like 18, 19, 20. And you know sometimes 18, 19, 20-year-olds aren't always great with kids. No, but these girls were absolutely spot on. They were asking them about school and... Oh, they were absolutely blown away by how good they were. And halfway through, my youngest said, "Daddy, can we do this again? And can you not walk around with us next time?" Which was really good. But so we packed. I don't even know why I'm saying. So we packed the days. All the days were packed. Okay. And when we were in Bournemouth, we went to see Cars 3. And I'm not a massive fan of the Cars movies. It's cartoons, right?
I don't get how you can engage with cars.
Well, I'm not particularly... But they're racing cars, okay? Cartoon. But it is voiced by Owen Wilson, who I think... And I know he does some crap now, and that is primarily because he tried to kill himself. You remember when he tried to kill himself? And I think he was quite heavily into drugs, I don't know. But he tried to kill himself. And ever since then... Part of me thinks he's lost his bottle a bit. Part of me thinks, there must be some insurance problem with having him on a movie set. I don't know. But he's done some rubbish. But I think Owen Wilson is one of the most watchable people in Hollywood. In the Royal Tenenbaums, he's great. Bottle Rocket is fantastic. I just love watching him. And so he voices Lightning McQueen, the star of the thing. And I was captivated by Cars 3. Like I say, some of it looked real. There's some bits filmed in the desert where I was thinking, I was really squinting, and my eyes are going a bit. I'm going to get my eyes tested because they're going a little bit. I was going, it looked real. And I asked my 7-year-old, I said, is that real? She said, no, it's all a cartoon. I said, but that looks incredible. And the reflection of the light on the cars was incredible, right? But not only that, I thought it was a bloody good story, right? It's about aging. It's about learning your limitations. It's about young people literally coming up from behind you and metaphorically coming up from behind you because they're racing cars. It's about legacy. It's about being able to let go and move. For a bloke who's, now in his mid-40s and I'm doing death maths all the time. I'm 18 years off the age my dad died. I'm 12 years off the age my mum went to a care home. So I'm watching this. I was blown away by it. Absolutely blown away by it. It was quite a deep movie, and it was kind of.
Did the kids get it, or was it one of these that's really pitched at the grown-ups?
They just enjoyed. No. There was a kids film. They just enjoyed the fast cars.
Okay.
But it was thoroughly enjoyable. Although we bought the most expensive popcorn in the world. I said it was a con because you had to get the popcorn and then take it to the counter. And I said, go and choose. So they didn't have any small tubs on display. Big one. And then, of course, the boys saw the big ones with sweeties on the top. That's the new thing now.
No. You've got to make a decision. You're going sweets or popcorn?
This is it. So they've got like minstrels and tiny little Oreos on the top, and they melt and they taste nice. But here's the thing, right? So that was like £7.50 per tub.
What?
But the minstrels and the Oreos, they're only on the top. They're not mixed up inside. They're only on the top. So once you pick those off, you just got popcorn. Of course, they didn't eat all of that popcorn. But I enjoyed Cars 3. I would recommend Cars 3. There were some great set pieces, some very funny routines, fun for all the family. I give it 2 thumbs up.
Excellent. Okay.
I think I had more to say on it, but I forgot what I was going to say.
It'll come to you.
It probably won't. This is happening more and more. Is that things are slipping from my mind. My eyes are going. And I keep starting these trains of thought that mean so much to me. And then halfway through it, it's like the thing talking about the black people on the beach. I was going somewhere with it. I can't remember. And then I've written down Cars. I had somewhere to go with it for Cars 3. And I just can't remember where I was going. Just can't remember. But Owen Wilson's a good actor.
Yeah, he is good.
He is a good actor.
He's got a very characterful face.
His brother's good as well, Luke.
He is.
If
I had to choose, though, I'd go Owen.
I want to see them do more movies. Have you ever seen Bottle Rocket?
No.
Oh, mate. That is a movie. That is a movie. I'm going to lend you the DVD.
You've said that to me before. I've never seen it.
No, it's great. It's
Still not
Luke
seen
Wilson and Owen Wilson, and I think it's the first film directed by Wes Anderson.
Oh.
And it's a cult classic. I watched it again recently, and I was worried it really stood the test of time. And Owen Wilson, I think, he's never mentioned, never addressed, but I think he plays someone who is mentally challenged. But it's never really kind of addressed. But there's obviously something going on. Because he's a grown man, but he's acting kind of a bit like a sort of 15, 16-year-old. It's a good film. It is a good
Well, I look forward to probably not seeing it because you'll forget again.
Here's an idea. Cinemas, if you want my money, screen all of the Wes Anderson films back to back, and I would go. I'd probably nip out during The Life Aquatic. Probably. But I'd certainly be back in time for the Darjeeling Express, and I'd make sure I'd had a good wee before the Grand Budapest Hotel. I love Wes Anderson, love it. The Royal Tenenbaums. I mean, I saw you stifling a yawn.
I haven't seen that either.
You can yawn. You can yawn.
It's not because you're boring me. It's because I'm actually tired.
Yawn. If you want to yawn, I'm not one of those bosses that.
Bosses?
Yeah.
I know what a boss.
I kind of am.
No, you're not.
I mean,
totally
it's
not my boss.
Yeah, but it's my name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we just turn her mic off for a second, please, Sam? It's my name. It's my name above the door. So I kind of am your boss, and I don't want to labour that point too much, Katherine, because it's going to cause tension. But well, whose mic is on and whose is off?
He doesn't realise.
Well,
actually,
I think he does.
In his career now. I'm keeping a note of what time it went off.
I am fully behind the BBC gender pay gap. I think it's a good thing.
It's your fault.
Well, I think it's a good thing because the BBC upholds traditional values and the values that women shouldn't earn as much as men who are obviously better than them. But men work harder because of, I'm going to say it, periods and babies. So, I think the gender pay gap is good, but to preserve my liberal image, I'm going to say that it's bad. And I really hope that all you girls and ladies, I really wish you the best of success and best of luck because, come on, girls, if you pull together... If all of you girls pull together, you can do the work of a man. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Your thoughts on that, please. Ladies, do get your husband's permission before picking up the phone. Give us a call. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You can call in. We're talking nonsense. A quick recap, then we'll dive into the papers. Northern British, English northern singers that sound northern. And don't just say Chris Rea, because he doesn't at all. Chris Rea made a movie, didn't he? Directed by Michael Winner.
Don't know, I'm not as old as you.
It was in the 80s.
Yep.
It was in the 90s, I think. It was called Hot Shots. Can I just ask, is this going to be the thing for the rest of the show, rest of the week? How's this going to play out? Just so I know how to pitch my shtick.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How long are you on for? It's a perfectly legitimate question. When do you come off? Is it the start? Is this the start?
It's the start of my note taken for the tribunal, yeah.
Are we mid? Are we coming towards the end?
All right, Donald Trump, keep talking.
Okay. Just
stop.
Okay.
Because you're incriminating yourself. It was bad enough with the beach stuff earlier on. Now you're starting on me.
Talk to me. Do you need me to go to the all-night garage? Get you some stuff?
I don't know. Can they remove a foot from a mouth?
Well, okay. So I'd say I would say pretty early days. So we've probably got the rest of the week. Be fine by next Monday. Do you want me to get you a hot water bottle?
It's fine.
If you rub your stomach
No.
in a clockwise
Stop
motion,
it.
that takes
I've not.
some of the aggression out. Here's a text. Kath makes the show.
Yep.
It's insulting to say anything other of such an old woman. Now,
who's that from?
They've not put their name on.
Yeah, they wouldn't, would they?
They'll put their name on.
No.
Uri Geller's up to his usual bollocks.
I don't think you can say that.
Yeah, you can.
Is he actually bending testicles?
No.
Because, I think... I hate to boss you about, but in the name of accuracy and fairness, and I don't need to get into trouble, you can't say that.
His name's pronounced Uri.
Mm.
Uri, I'm bent.
What?
On finding Egyptian treasure on my Scottish island. Uri Geller wants to excavate a Scottish island in search of treasure that he believes was buried by an ancient Egyptian princess. All I'll say is, if he does this, can an independent film crew film the whole thing and check his pockets before he starts digging? Just in case. The illusionist and psychic is planning an archaeological dig on the uninhabited Lamb Island in the Firth of Forth on the 5th of May. No. It's in the Firth of Forth on the 17th of July.
We get it.
Off Scotland's southeast coast. Geller, 70 years old.
Goodness.
Bought the land, which is 100 yards long and 50 yards wide.
What do you do once then? End of story.
The spoon-bending TV personality says he has felt I have felt the presence of metal, gold, diamonds and sapphires on the island.
Now do it in his voice.
Sapphires, which he says was visited by ancient Egyptians. Geller plans to start... Mate, you're 70 years old. Geller plans to start digging in 2 years. Mm. Oh, he's got to get a specially reinforced shovel, otherwise it'll bend, wouldn't it? Under the weight of his bullshit. He says he has absolutely no doubt that you'll find hidden treasure by Scota.
Sorry?
Hidden treasure by Scota.
What's that?
The half-sister of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. Geller aims to locate the riches by divining. He said, there are things there that I know are precious. That's not bad. And are priceless. When I was on the island, I felt it. Enough of that, Geller. Focus on finding the gold. Eh? I will not keep what I find. I will donate it to the Scottish museums. It will shatter the idea of Scottish historians that the Egyptians never came to Scotland.
Not just Scottish historians.
Geller has visited Lamb once in 2010 when he explored the land with divining rods. A Scottish government spokeswoman, said he would need consent from Scottish National Heritage to excavate. I like Uri Geller. He used to come on a TV show I did years and years ago. He used to come on it quite often. And once I got chatting to him about my mum, and then he saw me on the phone to my mum, and he said, "Oh, let me talk to her. Hello, Linda. Yes, this is Uri Geller."
Did he magic her better?
No. Yes, he did, actually, Katherine. In a way, he did. Alan, stay there. I'll come to you in a minute, 'cause I'm going to tell you a very heartwarming story. She was very ill with MS. She is very ill with MS. And he spoke to her about 5 minutes, and he sent her love and positivity. And she was thrilled, because in her world, Uri Geller is, it was still a big star. It was like having a movie star. She was, I can't believe Uri Geller spoke to me. She was absolutely thrilled. So yes, Katherine, he technically didn't cure her of multiple sclerosis. He probably could have done if he wanted to. He chose not to, and that's his decision. It is not for us mere mortals to question that decision. but he certainly made her feel like $1 million. You're listening to Talk Radio, the late-night alternative with me, Iain Lee, and Katherine Boyle.
Yeah, whatever.
Be gentle with her. It's tricky.
Late Night Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Pablo and Alan, stay there. We'll come to you in a minute. But there's this story this was what the whole show was meant to be about. This is a great story. As someone who has an old cat, nearly 18 and a half, okay? And I was worried because she's lost a lot of weight. She weighs next to nothing, but the vet can fix her, guys. The vet can fix her. She's got some tablets, and she's going back in a week Monday. I got a phone call from the vet the other day saying that her urine sample was fine. There's no bladder infection, so it's just the... Thyroid, which they can fix. And have a look at this. This is brilliant. Aged 31 is Sasha, the world's oldest cat. I mean... Look at the state of Sasha. Sasha's thinking, please kill me. Dear God, please kill me.
The things she's seen.
This is great. Do you know who's written this story? Isabella Fish. Now, come on. This is nectar. She was badly treated when young and has probably used up more than her supposed 9 lives. Where does the 9 lives thing come from? That's interesting, isn't it? Cats have got 9 lives. I would imagine it's from, okay, well, I was going to say literature, something like Lewis Carroll or C.S. Lewis or something like that. C.S. Lewis, is that a person?
Yes.
Maybe it's an Egyptian thing, because the Egyptians, if I was a pub, just work this out as though we were a pub quiz. The Egyptians kind of, I don't know if they worshipped cats.
They did worship them,
they?
Yeah. And then you had the Celts who used to bury a cat in the walls of the house when they built a new house for good luck.
Did they a living cat?
Uh-huh, yeah.
That's nuts.
I know, imagine.
I would 03444991000 if you know. We tend, sometimes we cheat, but we tend not to have Google in this show because I like asking people things. But if I were pushed on Mastermind, I would say it comes from the Egyptians. I would say the Egyptians, 9 lives. But I don't know. Anyway, after surviving her latest brush with death, Sasha the cat. I mean, Sasha's trying to kill herself. I think he's really has reached an amazing 31 years old. Twice, I'm sorry, because there's a picture of her as a kitten and a picture of her now, and I'm just trying to make sure it's the same cat here. Twice the normal lifespan and the equivalent of about 140 for a human. Now the tortoiseshell moggy could be about to enter the record books as the world's oldest living feline. Don't worry, there'll be some Chinese cat somewhere that'll come out and say, oh no, actually I'm 50. They always do, don't they? Owner Beth O'Neill was warned that Sasha might not survive a recent life-saving operation to remove a growth in her nose.
Oof.
She rescued Sasha in 1991, believing her to be a kitten because she was so tiny and all skin and bone, only to be told by vets that the stray was actually 5 years old. OK. So the vet said 5 years old. We don't. Here's the thing. You can't go to a cat, so how old? Have you got your birth certificate? It don't work like that.
They can look at their teeth, though, can't they?
Hang on a second. Yes, line 4.
Hi, and Andre.
Oh, for goodness. Yes, Andre.
Oh, yeah, do you know what a cat with 9 lives is?
Go on.
It's a whip.
As a cat and 9 tails?
Yeah, it's a whip.
Thanks very much for calling. Since then, the cat survived a deliberate attempt to poison her, broken ribs, and a kidney disease. The oldest cat ever was Cream Puff from Texas, who died in 2005, aged 38. I might have another 20 years of velvet. I'll be dead by then. No, you can say something.
That would be a shame.
Let's go through these calls, shall we, for goodness sakes. We are a phone-in show. Good evening, David.
Hello, Ian.
Oh, it's David Babcock. You got back in the house, okay?
Did I ring earlier?
No. Yeah, no.
Why? What's wrong? What's happened?
Well, I was assembling my scale model of the HMS Ark Royal.
Yes.
And the next thing I know, I'm naked and I've got a missed call. My last call was to you.
I have no idea. I no idea what you're talking about, David. Maybe listen to the podcast, yeah?
Okay then. What now?
Well, tell you what, David, why don't you say hello to Alan?
Morning, Bob.
Hello. Who?
Hello, David.
Who's Alan?
It's me.
Hello, have I spoken to you before, Alan?
Well, I regularly call in. You must know the routine.
No. Go on.
You say you've never called the phone before?
No. Go on.
I'm usually on first at 10 o'clock.
Right. We're all out of medals, so sorry about that. What have you called in for?
No, I was asking you that question.
Sorry?
I was asking you that question. What you called in for?
Well, I rang in, Alan, because I'm stark naked and I've got a lot of glue all over me.
I don't think that's still a conversation for this radio. I'm going to tell him, well, I've got a new girlfriend.
Oh, yes, what's her name?
Valerie.
Why won't you come on over, hey?
Not Amy Winehouse.
No, it was an attempt at a joke, but it fell flat on its bottom.
Amy Winehouse or the Toms?
Well, is she nice? Does she like chop suey?
She's not Chinese.
Well, I like chop suey and I'm not Chinese.
Well, I prefer King Prawn Chow Mein myself, and I'm not Chinese.
So we've established we're both not Chinese.
But we love Chinese food.
Right. Does she like chop suey or?
On Wednesday.
What's your favourite thing about her?
Well, still getting to know.
Could you maybe? Right. I think your phone's a bit dodgy.
I don't know what phone's dodgy.
Right. And again?
I don't think my phone's dodgy.
You don't think your phone's dodgy? I mean, it sounds like you're underwater. Are you underwater? No, it sounds like Chewbacca. Quiet, Chewie, quiet. We've got to kill these jabronis. What's that, Chewbacca? I know, Darth Vader's a right idiot.
No, I'm going to mention Darth Vader.
You've heard a thing about Darth Vader?
No, he's my favourite Star Wars villain.
What, because of his nice little cape?
No, the way he can use the dark side to choke anyone without touching them.
You into choking and that bondage?
No, not that sort of choke.
You sound like that's a guilty sounding man to me. What's that, Chewie? Right. What if you were in Star Wars? Which character would you be and why?
It's gone.
Who, Chewbacca? I think it's my phone playing up now. Who's that?
Oh, Pablo. Hello.
Pablo?
How do?
If you were a Star Wars character, who would it be and why?
Yoda.
Did you just fart? Did you just go live on air?
That was merely a thought process in audible form.
Well, I don't fart when I think.
Well, you're doing it wrong.
Who would it be?
Yoda for me.
Yoda would it be? Oh, no, wait. Would it be Yoda?
Yes, it would.
Is that Chewbacca? I told you not to guffaw.
Well, as an old English proverb would say, a cat has 9 lives. For 3 he plays, for 3 he strays, and for the last 3 he stays. And Rushmore is a really good film, by the way.
Right. Have you ever assembled a scale model of the HMS Art Row?
No, HMS Pinafore, but I was wearing a dress at the time.
Right. Well, that sounds quite odd.
Well,
what's your name, Dave? What's your name, Pablo?
Pablo, yeah.
Is that short for something?
Pablo Babylonicus.
Right. If you were stranded on a desert island, Pablo, what item would you take and why?
I would take a scale model of Thunderbird Island.
I think you find it's called Tracy Island.
Well, there you go. That's what use we have.
But you'd be on an island, so you'd take a scale model of a desert island to a desert island.
Indeed, but with automated travel, comprised by a skilled team of relatives who
Pablo,
are all
I'm going to be honest with you.
in...
You're sounding very much like a person who farts when he thinks. That's all I'm going to say.
With a case in point, I do and I have.
Every year when summer comes round, off to the sea I go. I don't care if I do spend £1, I'm rather rash, I know. See me dressed like all the sports, in my blazer and a pair of shorts, with me little stick of Blackpool rock. Along the promenade I stroll. It may be sticky, but I never complain. It's nice to have a nibble at it now and again. Every day, wherever I stray, the kids all round me flock. One afternoon, the band conductor up on the stand somehow lost his baton, it flew out of his hand. So I jumped in this place and then conducted the band with me little stick of Blackpool rock. With me little stick of Blackpool rock. Along the promenade I stroll. In my pocket it got stuck, I could tell, 'cause when I pulled it out I pulled my shirt off as well. Every day, wherever I stray, the kids all round me flock. A girl while bathing clung to me, my wits had to use. She cried, I'm drowning, and to save me you won't refuse. I said, well, if you're drowning, then I don't.